The following is a sports broadcast presentation of TV10 Martinsburg. It's time for the excitement of West Virginia high school volleyball, featuring the Eastern Panhandle Athletic Conference and the Musselman Applemen. Today's play-by-play coverage is being brought to you by
the Marius Group. Start planning for a brilliant future. The Eastern Panhandle Volleyball Club, West Virginia's leader in travel volleyball since 2001. D&D Meats at 8488 Winchester Avenue, Inwood. Anthony's Pizza. Nobody does it better. Dave Pippenbrink State Farm Insurance. Call 304-229-0029 today. Panhandle Dumpsters, because you have a choice. PanhandleDumpsters.com. Bechtel Jewelers, West Virginia's largest Pandora retailer. My Bank First United. Bank Local. And by Appalachian Heating and Air Conditioning, where quality meets comfort.
Standing by is our TV10 broadcast team. Let's head to the court and get today's pregame show and play-by-play coverage underway.
Wherever you may be tuning in, welcome into West Virginia High School Volleyball. We're at Klein Court back in Inwood for the first time in about a month and a half since the first 2 weeks of our coverage. It is Musselman for the second time this year playing at Hedgesville, the first one at home. The first road game we had this year were these two teams. It was out at Hedgesville, but looking forward to this matchup here tonight as the regular season winds up this week. Next week, it is playoff time for high school teams around the Mountain State, and we will be able to bring you those sectional matchups next week, or at least this sectional matchup. We'll get more into that as our coverage goes on. JV and varsity coverage tonight on TV10. Matt Crawford here with you. To my right, or if you're watching on TV right now, to the left is Volleyball Phil from Bunker Hill, Phil McCoy. Our main TV10 cameraman is John Alderton, rocking the color clash look, I believe is the best way to put it. He's rocking his green Musselman TV10 shirt, but rocking his Martinsburg State Championship hat. But it is John Alderton sitting up in the bleachers. Our on-site producer is Eric Starrick, and our man back at the studio is Caleb Falero. Well, first of all, Phil, how's it going, man?
It's going wonderful. How are you, sir?
Looking forward to this. Looking forward to being able to get one more weekend. This was going to be our last coverage of the season for Musselman volleyball. We weren't sure how the playoffs were going to be set, but learning today that the sectional round will be next Tuesday at 7 o'clock right back here, and it's going to be Martinsburg facing the Musselman Applemen. So that is a game we will be able to bring you with everything else going on. Not sure we're going to be able to bring you regional and state action. In fact, I know for a fact that we are not going to be able to bring you anything past the sectional round. We're looking forward to getting that first round of the playoffs in. Again, it is Hedgesville, the Eagles in Inwood tonight, taking on the Musselman Applemen, and we saw this matchup about a month ago, actually. Looking back now, it was a while ago, but it was a dominant performance by Musselman, not only on the varsity level, but also the JV level, which we're about to see again.
Yeah, and, you know, we just actually watched Hedgesville play varsity on the varsity level. Hedgesville and Musselman played in the semifinals in the Parkersburg tournament just over this weekend, and it was much more competitive than what it was earlier this season. So from the varsity standpoint, I am looking forward tonight to see how Hedgesville rebounds, see if they pick up any confidence from although they lost in 2 sets. Now in the tournament play, they play the best of 3, so they lost in 2. At one point, they had, I think the lead was 19-12, so they had quite the lead on Musselman. Musselman came back to take over. But on the JV standpoint, Musselman's JV's got some redemption to do. You know, they the last game we covered, they lost to Jefferson, and that was unexpected. So I'm sure there's some redemption. They got a really bad taste in their mouth. Really anxious to see how they come out and perform out here. It's a good group of kids, so I'm sure they're excited to get that taste out of their mouth.
Last set of warm-ups getting in now for Hedgesville. Let's go ahead and take a 1-minute timeout. In 60 seconds, we will be back and start the best of 3 JV match. This is West Virginia High School Volleyball on TV10.
At Anthony's Pizza Inwood location, nobody does it better. We make our own dough and we bake it fresh twice daily. That's freshly baked twice a day to make sure your pizza always tastes great. Take advantage of our Anthony's Pizza special offer. Get 2 large 1-topping pizzas, just $17.99. And when you buy 3 12-inch subs, the 4th one's on us. For the best in freshly made pizzas, subs, calzones, stromboli, lasagna, and more, it's got to be Anthony's Pizza, 372 Middleway Pike in Inwood. Call 229-7373 for delivery. Anthony'sMenu.com. The EPAN Travel Volleyball Club would like to wish the local high school volleyball teams good luck with their 2019 season. We look forward to seeing all players ages 12U through 17U at our 2020 tryouts in November. The EPAN Volleyball Club has been West Virginia's leader in travel volleyball since 2001. The EPAN Volleyball Club is affiliated with the Chesapeake Region Volleyball Association and AAU USA Volleyball. Tryouts are usually held at Musselman High School. To register, email epan2@gmail.com or go to www.epanvbc.com.
Welcome back into Klein Court. We are on the campus of Musselman High School in Inwood, West Virginia. You're watching West Virginia High School Volleyball on TV 10, or you could be tuning in on the WRNR TV YouTube page. Again, apologize for not having the coverage of the JV game last week. We're glad we could get it figured out for the varsity match. Let's real quickly look at both of these teams. Phil, who do you see as having a big impact? I know you're really familiar with this Musselman team, but talk about a couple of players that you can see having an impact for this Hedgesville JV team.
As always, Addison Walker, Addie Miller need to have a day on the front row. I'm looking for Riley Franklin. The more they can get out of Riley Franklin, Emma Kernos, Sierra Brand, some of these other front row players, Gabby Money, the more they can get out of them, the more successful they're going to be. And those, sometimes I don't want to call them role players because they're not role players. They're a huge part of the team. But some of these secondary players that you're not used to seeing get as many kills, if they can get going tonight, they could roll.
Both teams not going underneath the net. Some good lucks before the match starts. For Hedgesville, they will be in the black uniforms tonight. And for Musselman, they will be in the gray uniforms tonight. These ones a little easier to see in the black uniforms of Jefferson last week.
Yes, it was. It was difficult to tell with Jefferson, wasn't it?
It made it unique. Let's just put it that way.
Yes, it did.
Both teams now in their huddle. Coaches to their bench. And we are just about ready to get action underway. We will make sure the rotations are where they need to be with our two referees. And then we will get the JV match underway. Looking forward to this one tonight. One of the biggest rivalries, not only in the Eastern Panhandle, one of the longest and biggest rivalries and most competitive rivalries across the entire Mountain State.
Yeah, and looking at it from the JV side, there's another aspect here that we didn't think of, and I'm not quite sure of Hedgesville's schedule, who they play Thursday. This is the last JV match for Musselman. So at the end of this season, this team will never be as constituted again. Some will move up to varsity, some will stay. Some may drop off and just leave volleyball altogether, but this team, as it sits right now, will never be the same. So this is the last time these girls are going to play together. They're aware of this because of how often teams change with travel and through their freshman year. So you can kind of see a little bit of extra motivation, a little intensity with Musselman right now.
Looking at that Hedgesville roster, or schedule rather, they do not have a game on their map for the schedule we have, which we print off of Max Preps each game, and sometimes those aren't necessarily accurate. Most of the time they are for the week of a play, and right now they do not have a game scheduled, at least for what we know, on Thursday. So this could very well be the exact same situation on both sides. So we'll see how much the emotion aspect of it plays into it. It will be Hannah Lee serving it for Musselman first. Looks like they're not going to use the libero for Hedgesville. Don't see a different color jersey at all down that bench. There's serve for Hannah Lee, and that's going to be an ace for Lee going off the hand on the back line of number 5, Paige Elliott. Point Musselman. They take the 1-0 advantage here in set number 1.
Yep, now that's exactly where you want to start, especially with Hannah Lee. She's going to be really important tonight from a passing standpoint and serving. She's one of the better servers.
Hannah Lee again on the serve for Musselman. This one going to be a serving error for Lee, hitting the net, not getting over. Point Hedgesville. We are tied at 1. Serving first for Hedgesville will be number 12, Paige Richmond. And there's Richmond on that serve. A low line drive. Search to be an ace for Richmond, going off of Micah McAvoy into the stands. Point Eagles. And for the first serve of either side here in the first set, it has been an ace.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how much Richmond plays tonight. She's been getting some varsity reps as a setter, and she did down in Parkersburg as well.
Point for Hedgesville, and I believe they're going to get a double hit.
Yeah, got a double call on the setter there, and that's just early on. You kind of got to feel the referees out and see how they're going to call this, how tight they're going to call those doubles. It's much like holding. in football where, sometimes they call it, sometimes they don't. So it's good to see early on so you know how to react the rest of the day.
There's a point for Musselman on the serving air, and it'll be Addie Miller back to serve now for the Applemen. There is the serve for Miller. That one a little spiraling serve and a playable in the front row. Paige Elliott was there but sent it too far into the net and could not be played. Paige Richmond coming in quickly, not able to get there. We are tied up at 3.
Yeah, it ended up with a good result. She missed that a little bit, which is why you saw that spin, but it was good enough. Fundamentals were good enough to keep it in play.
Pass here to the front. Let's see as Elliott pushes it over, and diving in from the back row is Hannah Lee. Riley Franklin was there, but Lee came diving in. Good effort. That's going to drop for a point Hedgesville, and they regain the lead 4-3.
Yeah, a little miscommunication there, I think, on the part of Musselman, back row and front row, on whose responsibility that was.
Shropshire on the serve for Hedgesville. Here's the set to Walker, and a good swing, but too strong. Out of bounds, point Hedgesville.
Yeah, Musselman will continue, as always, they'll swing hard until they find the floor. They want them to stay aggressive.
And it's going to be Shropshire on the serve for Hedgesville. There's that serve right there is Lee. Here is the set and Walker. Walker sends that over. Set for Hedgesville and a tip over and just a miss hit for number 11 and Grace Gum.
Yeah, that was more on the setter. That set was way outside the pin, so she didn't have a lot of options. She's got to remember she's got to keep it on the inside of that antenna without touching it, so she tried to backhand it over, just an athletic play, but it was too far outside.
Serve for Musselman. That was Kaylee Weatherholtz. Here's that set and push over playable for the Applemen. Walker at the net. Good swing getting to the back line, but now playable for Hedgesville. Sent over, and McAvoy going to start the return. Set for Walker again. A good swing and a kill for Addie Walker. Point Musselman 5-5.
Yeah, that one rally there, I'm going to point over to Grace Gum, who had a really good match last time these two played. Gracie Gum from Hedgesville, where she pushed one that she probably should have swung at. That enabled Musselman to get a good pass, a good set, and kind of back them into a corner there a little bit.
Weatherholtz on the serve and too strong. Good eye on that back line by Dylan Ruest. And that'll be a point Hedgesville 6-5. Gone back and forth here in set number 1. Nobody able to really get into a rhythm quite yet.
Yeah, serve errors plaguing both teams so far.
Maggie Kearns on the serve. Tip over and a good dig on that front line by Elliott. Set here for Weatherholtz, and a good swing by Addie Walker was blocked at the net, but able to drop in. Point Musselman.
Hey, that was the same story. I want to go back to the same story that we had on the last rally over on Hedgesville side. You saw Grace Gum, who's perfectly capable of jumping up and swinging at the ball. She just kind of downballed one. She stayed on her feet and hit it over, and it made it too easy for Musselman to get a good swing on the return.
Walker on the serve for Musselman. 6-6 tied here in set 1. It's Hedgesville and Musselman. And just a miss hit on the swing by Layla Shropshire. And that'll be a point for Hedgesville.
Yeah, there's a direct correlation with the two teams here, one jumping and one standing flat-footed swinging, and the success rate.
Ball played into the net, but good save. Now playable for the Applemen. A set here, and that's going to be a kill for Gabby Money on the tip over. Good swing for Money. 8-6, that Musselman advantage.
This is where Hedgesville is going to stop this run. Volleyball's a game of runs, a game of momentum. Right now, Musselman's got it.
Walker on the service, serving there for Addie Walker. Point Hedgesville.
Jinx.
I got to say, you were usually on the bad side of those. Especially when it comes to timeouts.
I wonder if they hear, I'm a bad timeout caller, apparently.
Serve for Hedgesville. Set here for Weatherholtz. And not the swing that I think Sierra Brand was looking for. Hit the top of the net on the way over, but that'll be a point Musselman.
Yeah, as the volleyball gods came down and lifted that up over the net for it. It landed with a point. The ball's rolling their way right now.
Sometimes it's better to be lucky than good, right? Especially
yes,
when it comes to sports. Serve for Micah McAvoy. The libero for Musselman gets that back line. The pass to the front of the net. Now it's going to be a free ball over for Musselman. McAvoy there with the pass to the front of the net. A set here and a tip over for Miller. and playable, as that ball is going to be too strong out of bounds on that front line. It was close. That ball sent over by Paige Richmond.
Overruled by the up official there. That ball was in. So the down ref called it out. Up ref said no, that ball was in. So that point Hedgesville.
9-8. That Musselman advantage. Serve here is the return not started as well as Musselman wanted. A little bit of an overpass here for Hedgesville. Now they're going to have to send it over. Good dig by Walker. Set here for Weatherholtz, and Brand is right there at the tip. We got a whistle. Is that an inadvertent whistle? No, we're going to get I believe we're going to get an under the net on, or a net call on Hedgesville. Look, it's going to be on number 12, Paige Richmond. That'll be a point Musselman regardless.
Yeah, it would have been a point Musselman regardless.
Serve for Gabby Money, and that's going to be an ace for Gabby Money on her first serve here of the set. Point Musselman, 11-8, their advantage.
Really good serve by Gabby Money there. I'm going to back up to playing this old record of jumping and swinging, but you notice McAvoy, that was a bad pass. It was an out-assisted play, but way back in the back row, she jumped up, she stepped close, and she got a swing on it, and it ultimately caused that last point.
McAvoy's just going to have to send it over, getting to that back line. Tap over, great dig, but we're going to get a whistle. I believe we're going to get another net call, and this one going to be under the net, and that'll be a point Musselman.
Yeah, they're really tight on net, under the net tonight. I can't say that I saw that. Not debating that it didn't happen. Just didn't see it.
I don't know, I hear some controversy in your voice.
Try not to argue with the refs.
12-8, Musselman leading Hedgesville here in set number 1 from Inwood. Good dig by number 2, Olivia Payne. Set here by Weatherholtz. Brand is there. Good swing, sending to the back line. Right there was Gracie Gum. Free ball over. There's McAvoy, set here by Weatherholtz. There's Miller with the tip and a kill for Addie Miller.
Yeah, it was a good job by Addie Miller seeing an open spot. Now, from the Hedgesville side, Addie Miller's got a real potent tip or push, and that one was somewhat easy to read. They'll want to crash down on that from the back row. Timeout
on the floor taken by Hedgesville. We'll take the 30-second break as well. Again, we are back in 30. This is West Virginia High School Volleyball on TV 10.
These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
Let's talk trash, because when it comes to trash, you have options.
Welcome back into Klein Court, 13-8, the Musselman advantage. Again, sorry, having some technical difficulties on YouTube. Trying to get those fixed as quickly as possible. Gabby Money with the swing, trying to pass it up front. It going the wrong way. Good effort by Micah McAvoy going into the padding on that back wall, but not a playable ball for McAvoy, and that'll be a point Hedgesville. So not necessarily what they drew out of the timeout, but the point they wanted out of the timeout.
It worked, yeah. They got a swing on it, so I think they'll accept the results. Hedgesville needs to get some of their big swingers involved a little bit more. Gracie Gum, take advantage of that.
It was an overpass by Micah McAvoy, and an easy point for Hedgesville at the front on the front line. Believe the one sending it over was number 8, Mackie Kearns, and that'll be a point Hedgesville, 13-10, so back-to-back points out of the timeout for the Eagles.
It was a good read by Kearns. She left her feet well before that ball crossed the net, so she could see that was coming, and she read it and reacted to it.
West on the serve. Set for Walker, and a diving effort as that was a missed pass by Walker. The diving was Kaylee Weatherholtz to try to keep that one alive, but just couldn't get to it. Now that's 3 straight points for Hedgesville out of their timeout. 13-11, that Musselman lead. Served by Ruest. Again, deep to that back line. Sierra Brown with the pass to Weatherholtz. Now the set to Walker, who sent it to the back line. Ruest right there. The send over is Brand there. Set by Weatherholtz and Walker. Just going to send it over. A good swing by Walker. I'm not sure that's what Hedgesville was expecting. And now again, Brand going to send it over at a tip. It was looking to be a set for Shropshire, but just a miss hit going out of bounds. Point Musselman, 14-11.
I'm going to point out on Weatherholtz there, she had a set to the back row to Addison Walker early on in that rally, and I thought that was a great awareness by her as she had her outside had just passed the ball, not enough time to transition and get outside. Her middle was behind her, so she was aware that she didn't have any front row hitters that could get a swing, so she just adjusted and set the back row.
Good tip at the net by number 8, Maggie Kearns. I think the front line of Musselman expecting a harder swing, but a good tip at the net by Kearns, and that'll be a point, Hedgesville.
Yeah, I think it looked like she did a good job of selling that swing where her elbow went back. The back row never reacted to a tip because they thought she was going to swing at it, and it was a decent tip, so it was a good job by Kearns.
And a miss hit, and that's going to be an ace for Paige Richmond, and a point, Hedgesville, 14-13. Now Musselman's lead is just at 1.
Yeah, Hedgesville going on a little run here. They needed it because I think that timeout was at 13-8, if I'm not mistaken.
It was.
Oh, good serve.
Again, a little miss hit by Hannah Lee. And now McAvoy will just send a free ball over, playable for Hedgesville. Good swing into the back line. Great dig by Gabby Money, setting it over. I think it was going to be a free ball opportunity for Hedgesville, but they're just going to have to send it over. Now set here for Walker, a good swing, but Richmond right there. This pass by McAvoy diving in was Kaylee Weatherholtz, but not able to get to it, and we're tied at 14.
Yeah, Hedgesville's doing a good job right now. Both teams are doing a good job of jumping and swinging, and they got some good rallies going, but the difference from early on in the set, Hedgesville's leaving their feet and being more aggressive with their swings.
Set here for Weatherholtz. There is Walker with a good swing to the back line, playable for Hedgesville. Set here with the left hand, a good swing on the front line for Richmond. Now Walker with the right hand, that one deflected at the net. A good tip over, and that one again, number 8, Maggie Kearns on the front line.
Yeah, Kearns has had a good rotation here in the front row. She had a kill on the front row, a blocked and overpass, a kill on the outside, and that was a really heads-up play right there with what would have been an overpass, terrible overpass, and she just diverted it to where Musselman couldn't play it.
It was 13-8 Musselman, then a timeout taken by Hedgesville, and now it's 15-14 Eagles. And Gabby Money with a swing too short going into the net. And we're going to have a timeout taken by Coach Taylor. Allen will take the 30-second timeout as well. Back with more from set 1 here at Klein Court. It is Hedgesville 16, Musselman 14. This is West Virginia High School Volleyball on TV 10.
Let's talk trash, because when it comes to trash, you have options. Panhandle Dumpsters is a local family trash pickup, dumpster service, yard waste pickup, and ball pickups too. Panhandle Dumpsters will give you a free trash can and provide curbside service for just $23 a month. Panhandle Dumpsters features a fleet of quieter, eco-friendly garbage trucks, thereby reducing the noise usually associated with pickup. Switch now and save up to 30%. Call 833-DUMP-STR, panhandledumpsters.com.
Welcome back into Klein Court, 16-14 Hedgesville, the advantage over Musselman. Again, it was 13-8. Hedgesville took a timeout. It's now 16-14 in favor of the Eagles. See if this timeout for Musselman helps. Instead, it'll be an ace for Paige Richmond of Hedgesville. 17-14, the Eagles' advantage.
Yeah, Musselman looking to get out of this rotation right now with Richmond back serving. She's doing a really good job. Those are good serves causing most of the problems that you're seeing Musselman having over here, but Musselman needs to get a good pass and finish one off to get out of this rotation.
Paige Richmond again on the serve for Hedgesville. Low line drive, serve McAvoy with that pass up to Weatherholtz. Good swing for Addie Walker, and that'll be a point Musselman.
Think they heard me, Matt?
I think they might have.
That was a good pass. That was a good pass. It was a great set and a good swing by Addison Walker. And a lot of that run was caused by really good serves that they weren't able to pass efficiently to get a good set from.
Addie Miller on the serve now for Musselman. There's that serve, and we will have a point Hedgesville. I'm guessing that was put over the line on the serve.
Yeah, she stepped on the line quite a bit, so Delnref did a good job of calling that.
So after halting a bit of a run for Hedgesville, getting a point, see if Hedgesville can keep the momentum. Overpass by Walker, and nobody there. A diving effort by Weatherholtz on the dig up at the net, but couldn't get to it. It was too far into the net. Point Hedgesville. They're in on a nice little run right here.
Yeah, I mean, if you go back, they were on a 10-2, having a 10-2 advantage since their timeout.
Pass from Lee up to Weatherholtz. Yep. A set to Walker at the net. Going to get a double hit on Musselman. Point Hedgesville 20-15 Eagles.
Yeah, and that's I mean, they're calling those doubles fairly tight for JV, and I don't think either side has a problem with it. That was a double.
Serve here for Hedgesville. McAvoy with the pass to Lee. Coming in was Weatherholtz, and now McAvoy going to have to send a free ball over. Set here at the net. A tip over. Good block by Riley Franklin at the net. Now she's just going to have to send it over, going to the back line of Hedgesville. A swing, and a good swing, and that's going to be a kill for Paige Elliott. Point. Hedgesville 21-15. And Coach Taylor Allen of Musselman wants another timeout. We'll take the 30-second break as well. Back with more from set number 1 from Klein Court. It is Hedgesville 21, Musselman 15 in set 1. This is West Virginia High School Volleyball on TV 10.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%, Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
Another missed hit for Musselman back out of the break, and that'll be a point. Hedgesville 22-15. Now the Eagles just 3 points away from taking set number 1 on the road.
It's a difficult serve-receive rotation for Musselman, where you see their setter all the way on the right side of the court. So they do a good job of passing the setter forward, but not all the way over to the left side of the court.
Serving there for Shropshire, and that'll be a point Musselman. See if they can mount a rally of their own. Again, it was 13-8 at one point in favor of the Applemen, and now 22-16 in favor of the visiting Hedgesville Eagles.
Yeah, they definitely need a run.
Serve for Weatherholtz. That hit now. It's going to be a free ball over. See what Musselman can do with it. McAvoy with the pass up to Weatherholtz. Set for Weatherholtz. And there's Walker right there. Good swing. Playable for Hedgesville. Tip at the net. Coming in is McAvoy with the high pass and the tip for Walker going to the back line. But again, playable for Hedgesville. Now free ball over. And Lee there. Set to Walker. Didn't get all she wanted on that swing, but it's going to work out anyway. Point Musselman.
Yeah, she missed on her swing a little bit there, but the location of the ball, I think she put it where she wanted to put it. So good result for Musselman. They need to run 3 or 4 of these off to stay in this match set.
22-17. Kaylee Weatherholtz on the serve. Good strong serve for Weatherholtz, and that's going to be an ace for her.
Yeah, that was a solid serve over to the opposite end of the court, too. So I had some heat on it. It was low and flat. Not a lot of spin. That's exactly the kind of serve you want.
So now Musselman back within 4 at 22-18. And it was Paige Richmond who had the magic serve for Hedgesville. Let's see if it's Weatherholtz that can get Musselman back into it. There's that serve. Pass it to the front line. Richmond with the set, and a good swing. It's going to hit the antenna or the net. Not sure. Both are swinging. Either way, it's not getting over. Point Musselman.
Yeah, going on a decent little run now. Give Grace Gum a little bit of credit there. She went up and tried to swing at that ball. I think that set was a little far outside for her yet again, so maybe she'd want to transition out a little bit further outside.
22-19. Weatherholtz on the serve for Musselman. Low line drive. Serve that's going to bounce on the top of the net and fall over. An ace for Kaylee Weatherholtz. And now back within 2 is Musselman 22-20.
Yeah, those are difficult to play. Again, the volleyball gods reached down and said, okay, not this one. It's going over.
Serve again for Weatherholtz. Another low line drive serve hitting the net and almost identical to the last serve. Another ace for Weatherholtz hitting the top of the net on the way over, and Hedgesville wants a timeout. Another 30-second break. Then we're back with the remainder of set number 1. It is Hedgesville 22, Musselman 21. This is West Virginia High School Volleyball on TV 10.
Here's to the people who put in the long hours, the ones who drive this community, take risks, create opportunities, sacrifice, volunteer, and stick with it every day. The ones who give their best for their business, their family, their community, their future. We love community business owners because we're a community-owned bank, and we're proud to be with you in business and in life. First United Bank and Trust, my bank.
Kaylee Weatherholtz on the serve out of the timeout. Musselman back within 1. And that a missed hit going to the back line. It's going to be a free ball over sent by Paige Elliott. McAvoy with the pass set before Weatherholtz. A good swing for Walker, and that's going to be a kill for Addie Walker, and we're tied up at 22.
That's a game of runs. It's a great run by Musselman. They're doing a good job. It's all starting with the serve, though. You notice her serve. It's causing a a bad pass or a one pass, one that Hedgesville can't get a good swing on, which makes it easy on the return for Musselman.
Weatherholtz in the serve. That's going to be an ace for Kaylee Weatherholtz. That's now 3 aces in the last 4 serves. And Musselman back out in front. And, yeah, they say basketball is a game of runs, and right now we're seeing a game of runs on the volleyball court as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Weatherholtz is putting up some varsity-worthy serves right now.
A bump here, and Elliott going to send it over. Set for Weatherholtz, and Franklin with a good swing going to the back line. West right there. Good dig by Richmond, and that's going to go out of bounds. Point Musselman. They're now 1 point away from taking set number 1, and who would have thought that after the run that Hedgesville had?
Yeah, we've seen 3 runs here. One by Musselman early, one by Hedgesville in the middle, and now one by Musselman late. I think this is going on her 8th point back here at her serve rotation, many of which were aces.
All about how you finish, right?
Yes, sir.
Weatherholtz on the serve. Again, getting to the back line. A little bit of a miss hit. Now it's going to have to be a free ball over, and that's not going to get over. Point Musselman set. Musselman, they'll take set number 1. 25-22. The teams will switch sides. We will come back for set number 2 when we come back after this 90-second break, back in a minute and a half with more from Klein Court. This is West Virginia High School Volleyball on TV 10.
Hi, this is Eric from Hagerstown Ford. I keep telling you that Hagerstown Ford has completely changed the car buying experience forever. And with a return policy easier than Walmart, Hagerstown Ford has a goal to deliver 350 cars and trucks per month. And when I say deliver, I mean deliver to you, where you are, just like Amazon does. And if you don't want it, return it. No questions asked. The only way Hagerstown Ford can accomplish this extremely aggressive goal is to make the car buying process fast and easy. We simply refuse to play the dumb back and forth games that most dealerships want to play. There's absolutely no reason for you to waste your precious time at a car dealership. I assure you, there is no dealership from Winchester, Virginia to Washington, D.C. that can beat our price. There's no dealership that will allow you to return your new car if you don't want it. Hagerstown Ford absolutely has the best price, and we'll bring the car to you. And if you don't want it, return it, period. No questions asked. There's no reason to buy anywhere else. Visit HagerstownFord.com to schedule your VIP experience and get your new ride delivered to you.
Contact dealer for details.
They're my closest friends. We've been through a lot together. Seeing our kids off to college, Kelly losing her mom, my 50th birthday, I trust them with so much. So when it came to my finances, I trusted Kelly's referral to her Ameriprise advisor. Beth gives me the comprehensive advice that helps me feel confident my financial future is secure. With the right financial advisor, life can be brilliant. Ameriprise Financial.
And we welcome you back into Klein Court. In set number 1, it was 25-22, a good comeback for Musselman. Saw a couple of good runs in that first set. Musselman to start it, then after a 13-8 lead for the Applemen, coming back strong over the Hedgesville Eagles following a timeout. And then a timeout taken by head coach Taylor Allen. And it was a run of their own for the Musselman Applemen. The teams have switched sides, and we are just about ready here for set number 2.
See if that momentum comes back for Musselman that they had at the end of that set. That was quite the run they had. I think it was 8 in a row with the same server, many of which were aces. So we'll see the intensity and the attitude of Hedgesville and Musselman as they come out for the second set.
Making sure the rotation's where they need to be. Getting a visit in between sets from Musselman Athletic Director Steve Campbell.
Yeah, I guess while they're checking rotations, I can go ahead and announce that to as Steve asked me, next Tuesday, as we've already mentioned, the Region 2 Section 1 first round will be here Tuesday evening, Martinsburg versus Musselman at 7 o'clock.
And we will be here. Again, that'll be, unfortunately, our last broadcast of the year with other obligations, and when the other regional and state championship matches are, we are not going to be able to cover anything past that sectional round. We're looking forward to getting the first round of the playoffs on TV 10 overpass, but somehow now playable. Another overpass right into the net. What a good job by Weatherholtz to send it over. The set here is Gum. Will tip it over right to Micah McAvoy. Set by Weatherholtz and a tip, a good swing by Addie Miller. Running into our broadcast position. Good effort by Gracie Gum. Now an overpass and what was a good rally. Finally somebody going to get their first point here of the set. 1-0. It's going to go to Musselman.
Yeah, that was a point Musselman, but you can kind of see the effort that Hedgesville's going to put into this. Gracie almost ran through us chasing that ball down.
I was going to say, you like the effort. We're just here. They're the ones playing.
She's an Orange team alum, so I would expect nothing but a lot of effort from Gracie.
It's going to be an ace from the back line. Believe that was a Micah McAvoy on the serve. Actually, check that. It was Savannah McClintock on the serve, so an ace from McClintock. 2-0 Musselman here in set number 2. And another ace for McClintock on the serve. 3-0 point Musselman.
Yeah, this is the kind of using that momentum they had, and the what really burns for Hedgesville is they started the match off with Richmond serving, which is who they had in when they went on their big run. So she's not going to be able to serve again for another 5 rotations.
Serve for McClintock. Not the best first pass by Gum, but able to get it over. Set here for Weatherholtz, and right there is Walker hitting the net on the way over. Great diving effort by Paige Richmond to keep that one alive. Again, a good swing by Walker, but too strong. Out of play, point Hedgesville.
Yeah, 3-1. Musselman's a little bit out of sorts there, out of system volleyball. The outside and the setter still trying to got on the same page. The ball just sailed a little deep.
Grace Gum on the serve for Hedgesville. Set for Weatherholtz, and good swing by Miller to send it over. Now Walker, a tip at the net. And we'll look it over, and easy, the tip at the net for Addie Miller. Point Musselman.
Good job by Addie reading that and reacting to it. Now, oftentimes you'll see players read something but not necessarily react to it. So she read that overpass, reacted before it crossed the net, so she was there for the easy tip.
It'll be Miller on the serve now for Musselman. Serving error for Musselman, point Hedgesville. 4-2 in set number 2. Serve now upcoming for the Eagles. There's that serve, a low line drive serve. Hannah Lee right there. Now a set and a kill for Addie Walker. Good swing at the front of the net for Walker. Nobody in front of her. They got a good swing on that.
I think that was textbook all the way around. They took a good serve, and that was a good serve. Had a really good pass on it, probably a 3 pass. It's a great set to outside. She was in transition. She was on the right step in her approach and got a great swing, put it in bounds.
And that's an ace for Kaylee Weatherholtz on the serve. Point Musselman, 6-2, that Appleman advantage.
That's the same serve we saw over here during that 8-point run where she's serving across court, and it's fallen just short over here, over in the 5 position. It's fallen just short of her, so I may want to scoot up a little bit if I was Gum.
Serve for Weatherholtz. Playable on that back line is set here for Ruest. And a good dig by McAvoy, but an overpass. Playable now for Hedgesville. A back set and a block by Walker at the net. Set for Weatherholtz. Again, a back set, and that one going to go out of play off of Payne. Sending it over was Emma Kernis. That'll be a point Musselman, 7-2.
That was a good little rally there. We saw a lot from on both ends. We saw some out of system with Paige Richmond making a good play off the block, and then we saw 2 back sets with 2 good swings and a good dig.
Serve for Weatherholtz. Out of bounds. Point Hedgesville in the serving error for Kaylee Weatherholtz. And she deserved one of those.
Yeah.
She had several good serves up to that point.
And from the standpoint of Hedgesville, now they've kind of seen what hurt them most in that first set. So they've seen it, and they've endured it, and they're only down by 4, so let's see if they can go on another run.
That's a great diving effort by Paige Elliott on that far side. It's set here for Franklin. Good swing. And it's going to have to be a free ball over if it gets over, and it does. Set here by Weatherholtz. Walker with the good swing. Diving effort. Good dig on the back row by Ruest. McAvoy able to keep it alive, and Walker going to send it over. Set here at the net. Again, blocked at the net. That Riley Franklin with the block. Set here is Walker. A free ball over. Not the best set. And now Shropshire sending it over. Good pancake dig on the back line by McAvoy. Maybe the best volley we've seen yet, especially here in set number 2. Good net play on both sides.
See if they can take advantage of this free ball.
Not the best pass to get it started. Franklin trying to send it over, and a missed swing there. Point Hedgesville, 7-4.
Yeah, battle of attrition. Didn't utilize the free ball as they were. The digs they were actually getting probably should have set maybe outside or opposite from where she set that ball.
Serve for Paige Elliott. Set for Kernis. That swing getting to the back line. Set for Richmond. That one going down the line on the swing by Layla Shropshire. Point Hedgesville, 7-5. Appleman with the 2-point advantage here in set number 2.
Yeah, and that was a good swing, good set. She grabbed that net a little bit. That one was one I wouldn't necessarily say was lucky. I don't think she meant to roll it down the net like that, but to be tight and come off the net is common.
Good swing for Walker. Now it's going to have to be a push over at the net by Ruiz, and it is. Set here for Franklin. Good swing right to the back line, and an easy play for Payne. A little bit of an overpass and nothing Addie Walker could do about that. Point Hedgesville.
Yeah, we had talked earlier about when it was 7-3 that Hedgesville had endured some of Musselman's most successful servers to that point. Although they were down 4 points, I saw that as a positive. Now they're making a little run.
Paige Elliott on the serve. Overpass for McAvoy. And Hedgesville going to have to send it over if they couldn't handle that overpass and get what they wanted to do. Good swing by Walker. Good net play as well. Up the net was Paige Richmond with that block. Now Kernos with the good swing. Set here for Shropshire. That's going to be called out of bounds. Point Musselman.
I couldn't see it from this angle. I thought it was a good placement. I wanted to point out, I think it's Paige Elliott. She's had quite the night over here. It's kind of somewhat quiet in the first set. But she's making a lot of nice out-of-system plays. She's getting good swings on the ball. She had a good little serve run there.
Serve now coming for Addie Walker. 8-6 that Musselman advantage here in set number 2. There's that serve. Pass by Paige Elliott to start the return. Pass by McAvoy, set by Weatherholtz. McClintock. Swing over, playable for Hedgesville. And that's going to be a point Musselman, and we're going to get a double hit on Hedgesville.
They called a double. I thought that was an awful tight call. I don't know that I would have called it, but they have been calling those somewhat tight tonight. I think it's the third or fourth double they've called.
9-6 Musselman. And Walker on the serve, low line drive and an overpass, just as good as a free ball over. Set for Franklin, tip over the net, and now an overpass for Hedgesville, but not cleanly played for the Appleman. Great effort by McClintock just to send it over and to keep it out of the stands, and that's going to be another double hit for Hedgesville and a point Musselman.
Yeah, that's one you can't argue with. That was definitely a double.
How about the effort on that far side by Savannah McClintock?
Absolutely. She went into the bleachers for that. So you see that on both sides. We had Gracie Gum run through the score table here, and then McClintock going to the bleachers.
Right now, Hedgesville having trouble returning the serves of Addie Walker. Point Musselman 11-6.
Yeah, and we'll see here later on. Addie Walker's probably going to serve for varsity too, so she gets on good runs, and she's got a varsity-style serve, and they're having trouble with it right now.
Serve for Walker. Again, a low line drive, hitting the net on the way over, and again, Hedgesville having trouble just getting it returned. And we'll have a timeout from the Eagles. 12-6, that Musselman advantage. Timeout on the floor. We'll take the 30-second timeout as well. Back with more from set number 2 from Klein Court. It is Musselman 12, Hedgesville 6.
If you hang the WVU Medicine sign, certainly has helped take us to another level.
Evolving what we try to do as physicians and as a health system and organization is the mission of WVU Medicine, and it's an exciting mission to be a part of.
With the knowledge and the years of practice that they've put into this institution, you know, they know a lot. They can help you, and they've helped me a lot.
Having people treated locally enhances their overall care.
I want to apologize for the entire season so far. Phil and I having the wrong pronunciation of Mika McAvoy. Been going with Micah the entire season. Thank you, Beth McCoy, for letting us know the proper pronunciation. and apologize for the entire season getting that one wrong again. An overpass, not quite able to handle that Walker serve, and a missed swing, and you could just tell the timing was off on that swing by Kernis. Point Hedgesville.
Yeah, timing was off. I'm not quite sure that she expected to get set there, but regardless, she needs to transition back so she can put herself in a position to hit. That was a good set. That was a good. It kind of surprised everybody, especially Hedgesville, because there's no one there.
Swing for Franklin. That's going to be a kill for Riley Franklin on that far corner. Point Musselman, 13-7, the Appleman lead.
That was a good shot by Riley Franklin. That was a little bit more power than what we've seen her swing with so far this year, so that was a good shot.
Now back to serve is Mika McAvoy. Yeah, I'm throwing you under the bus more than anybody for that one.
I don't think I said it. I think it was all you.
It's set here to swing over, going to McAvoy. Pass to the front of the net. A set by. That was a set by Weatherholtz and a good swing by McClintock. That'll be a kill for McClintock. Point Musselman, 14-7.
That's a good job by McClintock finding that line right there. Good job.
I believe the freshman match already wrapping up.
Yeah, freshmen, I think they're already finished.
So quick work on that side in the auxiliary gym. Gracie Gum sending it over. Set here for Weatherholtz. And a tip at the net for Miller. Point Musselman, 15-7.
Yeah, that's another instance where I think if Gum would have been in her approach, she might have been able to get a swing on that.
McAvoy now on the serve. That's going to be a serving error for Musselman. Point Hedgesville, 15-8.
They're going to have Kearns entering the game right now. See if they can go on another run. I know she was in the front row during that last run, and Paige Richmond will be coming up to serve next. So if they can get a few points out of Dylan Ruess, they're in the rotation that they want to be to get back in this.
Here comes that serve from Ruess. Good dig by Walker. Set here for Weatherholtz, and a tip for Kearns, sending it over. Now it's set here. Gum with the swing, but too strong, out of bounds. Point Musselman.
Yeah, that was a good swing by Gracie Gum. I actually hate to see that go out. She's a few chances she's had to swing on it, and she really got on that one. I'd like one thing I like to say is if they could have played that, they would have. That was a good shot.
16-8, Musselman. Hierarchy serve. Set here for Kearns, and a good swing that's going to go out of bounds on the ensuing hit. 16-9, Point Hedgesville.
Yeah, they got what they want now in the front row, and they've got Richmond back here serving, so they've got to make hay right now to get back in this.
Paige Richmond on the serve now for Hedgesville. She started the rally in set number 1 for the Eagles. See if she has that same magic again. Set here for Weatherholtz, 2. Miller, who sends it over. Now McAvoy with the pass up to Weatherholtz. Again, a set for Miller with the tip over, but Hedgesville right there. Now free ball over. Weatherholtz with the set to McClintock with the tip over, but again, good net play up front by Paige Elliott. And that's going to be a point. Hedgesville up front, number 8, Maggie Kearns. You said you're waiting to see what she could do in that front line and getting a kill there.
Yeah, and they got with Grace Gum. She actually scored one off of a down ball and just rolled off the top of their hands. But they've got what they want up front. They've got along with Paige Richmond back serving, Paige Elliott up front, Maggie Kearns up front, and Gracie Gum up front. So they've got what they want to get back in this.
Ace off the deflection for Paige Richmond. Point Hedgesville now back within 5, 16-11. Again, the serve for Richmond, and another ace for Paige Richmond off the deflection for McAvoy. She was set right where she wanted to be. That one just a little shorter coming in than McAvoy expected. 16-12.
Those two, and we'll see Paige Richmond in the varsity match probably as well. That's the varsity serve you're seeing right there.
Again, to that back line and out of bounds. Point Musselman.
That's still a good serve. That's a positive error. That was just barely out. That was a good serve. Nothing to hang your head about with that.
And if you can live in that location, you're going to get a lot of points for your team. Serve for McClintock, and that's going to be an ace for Savannah McClintock. Point Musselman, 18-12.
Yeah, and here it's really important that Hedgesville stop this and go on another run. Again, they'll still have Kearns up front, so they'll have the ability to run a few off.
Serve for McClintock to that back line. Just sending it over is Kearns. Set for Weatherholtz. Walker with a good swing to the back line, and they're just playing Dylan Ruest on that back line, kind of jamming her up. Point Musselman, 19-12.
Yeah, and we've seen since the end of the first set, Musselman JV kind of get back to Musselman volleyball. They didn't exactly play the way that they wanted against Jefferson. Came out with a little bit more intensity tonight, and since the end of the first set, and not necessarily the whole first set, but the end of the first set through the second set, that's back to normal.
Serve for McClintock. And an overpass at the net. Again, just trouble with the return for Hedgesville, and that's probably been the bulletin of this match so far, is just Hedgesville struggle to return the serves, no matter who it is for Musselman.
Yeah, they've had some success with aces tonight for sure.
20-12 Musselman in set number 2. Set number 1 going the way of the Appleman, 25-22. It's going to have to be a free ball over, and it is. Play before McClintock. Set by Weatherholtz, and Walker with a good swing as that one goes sky high, almost hitting the basketball hoop. Free ball over. Thought that one may have gone behind the antenna.
A good job by the line judge there. She made another call earlier today that was also a good call, but against her team, you see she's got a Musselman shirt on, so these Musselman parents calling lines here, so she saw that and made a good call.
25-12. Appleman out in front. Again, a best-of-3 match. About 20 minutes after the conclusion of this JV match, we will start the varsity match. Looks like it's going to be another ace, but good rundown by Paige Elliott, and a free ball over. McAvoy there. Set by Weatherholtz. Walker with the swing. Overpass, but playable for Hedgesville. Gracie Gum looking to send it over. Good swing, just did not hit it cleanly the way she wanted. Point Musselman, 22-12.
No, and I know Gracie what she'd want to do at her best. She'd want to jump and leave her feet and get a good step close on that ball. But still aggressive swinging. But some of those out-of-system passes, it's difficult to get a good swing on.
Rotation subs for Hedgesville. 22-12. That Musselman advantage. Again, it's a serve by McClintock. This one playable for Hedgesville, and Meyer with the swing sending it over. Miller with the swing at the net, finding a small gap, and then a miss hit by Abby Shank. That'll be a point Musselman, 23-12, and the Appleman rolling right now just 2 points away from taking this match in 2 straight sets.
Yeah, Shank had a good pass on the serve, actually, and then got a chance to swing outside. That set wasn't somewhere where she could get a good swing on it.
And another ace for Savannah McClintock. Point Musselman, now just 1 point away from taking set 2 and the match in 2 straight sets.
Yeah, good job by Musselman's JV today to get that taste out of their mouth from Jefferson.
Here comes the serve from McClintock. High arcing serve. Playable for Hedgesville. Sending it over was Meyer. Set by a Weatherholtz. Walker with the tip, and that'll be your match. Set 2, the win for Hedgesville, 25, or set for Musselman, rather, 25-12. Let's go ahead and take a 60-second timeout. When we come back, we'll wrap up our JV coverage and take another short break and come back and start our pregame show for the varsity match. Hedgesville in Inwood taking on the Musselman Appleman. Again, in 2 straight sets in the JV match, it was Musselman 25-22 in set 1, and set 2, 25-12. Back in 60 seconds. This is West Virginia High School Volleyball on TV 10.
As a mom, when I'm making dinner for my family, I want the best and healthiest food for them. That's why I get my meats from D&D Meats. Their meats are fresh, locally sourced, and hormone-free, chemical-free, and antibiotic-free. D&D Meats is also family-owned, so I know when I go in with a special request for my large family events that I'm going to get treated just like family. D&D Meats, located across from Musselman High School at 8488 Winchester Avenue, Inwood. What are you feeding your family tonight?
They're my closest friends. We've been through a lot together. Seeing our kids off to college, Kelly losing her mom, my 50th birthday. I trust them with so much. So when it came to my finances, I trusted Kelly's referral to her Ameriprise advisor. Beth gives me the comprehensive advice that helps me feel confident my financial future is secure. With the right financial advisor, life can be brilliant. Ameriprise Financial.
As we close out our JV coverage in 2 straight sets, it was Musselman over Hedgesville in set 1, 25-22. In set 2, 25-12. A tight set in set 1 where we saw a match or a set of runs. And in set 2, just was not the case. It was pretty much Musselman from start to finish.
Yeah, and they did a good job of getting, in the first set where Richmond was back serving, Hedgesville had what they wanted on the front row. They had a big run, almost finished off the set with her back there serving, but Musselman did a good job of stopping that bleeding and minimizing the run as much as they could. And they won their free balls, and that's always a key. If you get a free ball, you should take advantage of it, win that point. So free ball's a gift. You should use them, and by and large, Musselman did that tonight.
Well, this is going to wrap up our JV coverage for the season. We appreciate everybody tuning in for these JV matches. It's been fun getting to see not only the varsity matches, but also these JV matches. Again, next week we'll have a sectional round, but this is going to conclude the year for the Appleman JV program. All right, we're going to take another short break. When we come back, we'll start the pregame for the varsity match. These same 2 teams, it's Hedgesville and Inwood, taking on the Musselman Appleman, coming up in just a few minutes. I want to remind you once again, in 2 straight sets in the JV match, it was 25-22 and 25-12. Musselman getting the win. Back in just a few for the varsity action. This is West Virginia High School Volleyball on TV 10.
Let's talk trash, because when it comes to trash, you have options. Panhandle Dumpsters is a local family-owned garbage hauling company serving both residential and commercial customers with weekly trash pickup, dumpster service, yard waste pickup, and bulk pickups too. Panhandle Dumpsters will give you a free trash can and provide curbside service for just $23 a month. Panhandle Dumpsters features a fleet of quieter, eco-friendly garbage trucks, thereby reducing the noise usually associated with pickup. Switch now and save up to 30%. Call 833-DUMP-STR, panhandledumpsters.com.
If you hang the WVU Medicine sign, certainly has helped take us to another level.
He literally saved my life. It's just mind-boggling to me that he was able to do what he did.
We're able to affect much more of a difference for our patients with these resources.
Having people treated locally enhances their overall care.
They treat you great, and they're down to earth in the West Virginia way that all West Virginians treat each other.
As a mom, when I'm making dinner for my family, I want the best and healthiest food for them. That's why I get my meats from D&D Meats. Their meats are fresh, locally sourced, and hormone-free, chemical-free, and antibiotic-free. D&D Meats is also family-owned, so I know when I go in with a special request for my large family events that I'm going to get treated just like family. D&D Meats, located across from Musselman High School at 8488 Winchester Avenue, Inwood. What are you feeding your family tonight?
Here's to the people who put in the long hours, the ones who drive this community, take risks, create opportunities, sacrifice, volunteer, and stick with it every day. The ones who give their best for their business, their family, their community, their future. We love community business owners because we're a community-owned bank, and we're proud to be with you, in business and in life. First United Bank and Trust, my bank.
At Anthony's Pizza Inwood location, nobody does it better. We make our own dough and we bake it fresh twice daily. That's freshly baked twice a day to make sure your pizza always tastes great. Take advantage of our Anthony's Pizza special offer. Get 2 large one-topping pizzas, just $17.99. And when you buy 3 12-inch subs, the 4th one's on us. For the best in freshly made pizzas, subs, calzones, stromboli, lasagna, and more, it's got to be Anthony's Pizza, 372 Middleway Pike in Inwood. Call 229-7373 for delivery, anthonysmenu.com.
They're my closest friends. We've been through a lot together. Seeing our kids off to college, Kelly losing her mom, my 50th birthday. I trust them with so much. So when it came to my finances, I trusted Kelly's referral to her Ameriprise advisor. Beth gives me the comprehensive advice that helps me feel confident my financial future is secure. With the right financial advisor, life can be brilliant. Ameriprise Financial.
Hi, this is Eric from Hagerstown Ford. I keep telling you that Hagerstown Ford has completely changed the car buying experience forever. And with a return policy easier than Walmart, Hagerstown Ford has a goal to deliver 350 cars and trucks per month. And when I say deliver, I mean deliver to you, where you are, just like Amazon does. And if you don't want it, return it. No questions asked. The only way Hagerstown Ford can accomplish this extremely aggressive goal is to make the car buying process fast and easy. We simply refuse to play the dumb back and forth games that most dealerships want to play. There's absolutely no reason for you to waste your precious time at a car dealership. I assure you, there is no dealership from Winchester, Virginia to Washington, D.C. that can beat our price. There's no dealership that will allow you to return your new car if you don't want it. Hagerstown Ford absolutely has the best price, and we'll bring the car to you. And if you don't want it, return it, period. No questions asked. There's no reason to buy anywhere else. Visit HagerstownFord.com to schedule your VIP experience and get your new ride delivered to you.
Contact dealer for details.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
At Anthony's Pizza Inwood location, nobody does it better. We make our own dough and we bake it fresh twice daily. That's freshly baked twice a day to make sure your pizza always tastes great. Take advantage of our Anthony's Pizza special offer. Get 2 large one-topping pizzas, just $17.99. And when you buy 3 12-inch subs, the 4th one's on us. For the best in freshly made pizzas, subs, calzones, stromboli, lasagna, and more, it's got to be Anthony's Pizza, 372 Middleway Pike in Inwood. Call 229-7373 for delivery. Anthony'sMenu.com.
If you hang the WVU Medicine sign, certainly has helped take us to another level.
Evolving what we try to do as physicians and as a health system and organization is the mission of WVU Medicine, and it's an exciting mission to be a part of.
With the knowledge and the years of practice that they've put into this institution, they know a lot. They can help you, and they've helped me a lot.
Having people treated locally enhances their overall care.
He is the most interesting jeweler in the world. Celebrities ask for his autograph. When buying diamonds, experts ask him what they're worth. He once counted to infinity twice. He has his own astrological sign.
I may not sell every customer that comes into Bechtel Jewelers, but on the rare occasions when I don't, they often wish I had. Stay brilliant, my friends.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%, Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
They're my closest friends. We've been through a lot together. Seeing our kids off to college, Kelly losing her mom, my 50th birthday. I trust them with so much. So when it came to my finances, I trusted Kelly's referral to her Ameriprise advisor. Beth gives me the comprehensive advice that helps me feel confident my financial future is secure. With the right financial advisor, life can be brilliant. Ameriprise Financial.
The following is a sports broadcast presentation of TV10 Martinsburg. It's time for the excitement of West Virginia high school volleyball, featuring the Eastern Panhandle Athletic Conference and the Musselman Appleman. Today's play-by-play coverage is being brought to you by
The Marius Group. Start planning for a brilliant future. The Eastern Panhandle Volleyball Club, West Virginia's leader in travel volleyball since 2001. D&D Meats at 8488 Winchester Avenue, Inwood. Anthony's Pizza. Nobody does it better. Dave Pippenbrink State Farm Insurance. Call 304-229-0029 today. Panhandle Dumpsters, because you have a choice. PanhandleDumpsters.com. Bechtel Jewelers, West Virginia's largest Pandora retailer. My Bank First United. Bank Local. And by Appalachian Heating and Air Conditioning, where quality meets comfort.
Standing by is our TV10 broadcast team. Let's head to the court and get today's pregame show and play-by-play coverage underway.
very pleasant good evening across the Eastern Panhandle or wherever you may be tuning in. Welcome back in to West Virginia High School Volleyball. It is a rivalry, the biggest volleyball rivalry in the Eastern Panhandle. The Hedgesville Eagles are at Klein Court tonight taking on the Musselman Applemen. Matt Crawford here with you, along with Phil McCoy, John Alderton, our TV 10 cameraman, Eric Sterrick, our on-site producer, and back at the studio is Caleb Falero. Well, in the JV match, it was a win in 2 straight sets for the Musselman Applemen. I know that the varsity would like to do a little bit more of the same. This is the second time we have seen these two teams battle it out this year. We saw them on the first road game we had this year. That was back I believe it was the beginning of October, the 1st of October, out at Hedgesville, and it was a win in 3 straight sets for this Musselman team. But these two teams have played each other recently, in fact just played each other this past weekend, and that is where we will start our pregame show talking about the tournament over the weekend down in Parkersburg, whichever way you want to call it. But these two teams played each other. It was a much tighter match than what we saw out at Hedgesville, but it was Musselman getting the last laugh in that one, and really getting the last laugh of the entire tournament, Phil.
Yeah, Musselman won the tournament, and this is a big tournament for every team that participates in it each year. And when I sent you the standings so far, the rankings for West Virginia, as I scroll down through there, it looks like the majority of the top 10 were there for the tournament. So Musselman ended up winning the tournament, beat George Washington in 3 sets, third set to 15, and really dominant, honestly, in the second. Musselman was in the second and third set against George Washington. But leading up to that, they played Hedgesville, beat Hedgesville in the semifinals. And at one point, Hedgesville had a 9-12. I want to say it was 9-12, so don't hold me to that, but I think it was 9-12 advantage. And Musselman kind of went on a run. It was almost similar to what we saw in the JV match just right here, where they kind of went on a run, found their way, came back, won the first set, and a little bit easier time with them in the second set, then went on to win the match. But ultimately, both teams from the Eastern Panhandle represent themselves very well. And as talking about that tournament, as we look down, right now the rankings in West Virginia, Musselman's number 1, George Washington's number 2. We got the number 3 team on the court in the state right here in Hedgesville, so let's not ignore the success that they've had, and just not had it so far yet this year with Musselman. And then number 4, Spring Mills. So, as we head into sectionals and regionals, the number 4 or the number 3 team in the state very well may be eliminated. One of them will be eliminated before they even get a chance to go down to Charleston, which is sometimes, I think that the system that they have isn't exactly fair, because in the top 5, in the top 4 of the state, 3 of them right here in Berkeley County.
When you look at the regional play recently of this Hedgesville Eagle program, it was a 3-0 decision the first time these two teams got together, which we just mentioned. Then just a week later, Spring Mills got the best of Hedgesville, 3-1, and right then you're starting to scratch your head and go, is Spring Mills going to make a run at this, and what's that going to look like when it comes to those sectional standings coming up in a few weeks? But then Hedgesville went on a little bit of a run. The only loss up until that loss against Musselman over the weekend was a loss against a Virginia Power in Loudoun County. So this is a Hedgesville Eagle program that has been playing very, very well down the stretch, and that's what you want as you're going into the playoffs.
Yeah, they're kind of picking up speed. They've made a few changes, and we'll see some of them this evening. A few changes I think that's helped them out some. But, and you talked about Hedgesville and Spring Mills. The rankings right now, I believe, that the way they look is going to be Hedgesville number 2 in the section and Spring Mills number 3. And really it doesn't matter. It's just the location of the game. But it should be in the first round of the sectionals, Hedgesville and Spring Mills. And one of those two is going to be eliminated and without the opportunity to go on down to Charleston. So tonight's game, now we're starting to get into the meat of the season, where everything starts to get more and more important. And tonight's just a prelude to all that.
We talk about the playoffs, and you just mentioned that sectional matchup right here next Tuesday at 7 o'clock will be the Musselman Applemen facing off against the number 4 team in the section, and that is the Martinsburg Bulldogs. We saw that game or that match last week, and it was all a Musselman in that one. Martinsburg did not have their best up in that one, so you got to wonder what that match is going to look like next week. But there's a reason you play the game. There's a reason you come out and you don't just play those games on paper.
Yeah, again, Martinsburg's got some players, and that's kind of the cruelty of the way this system works in sectionals. If Musselman has an off night and Martinsburg comes to play and they were to beat Musselman, their season would be over. And they would, with all the successes that they've had going down and winning the tournament in Parkersburg, being ranked number 1 in the state, the number 1 team in the state could be eliminated really quick. So the playoffs absolutely start next Tuesday. But this is important for both teams. They need to send a message to each other. This is what we're going to look like if we see each other again. They're no strangers to each other. Chances are we're going to see them play again as either Musselman and Spring Mills or Musselman and Hedgesville, assuming anyway that Musselman takes care of business with Martinsburg. And that's not an easy assumption. You just can't guarantee that. Martinsburg's got some players too.
We will talk about a special night here at Klein Court on the backside of our first break. There are some younger volleyball players being recognized tonight before the start of this game or this match, and we will talk about what tonight is at Klein Court prior to the start of this match coming up here in just about 8 minutes from now. But first, a 90-second break. We'll come back, talk about the special events here this evening, then set you up with both rosters. That coming up after this 90-second break. This is West Virginia High School Volleyball on TV 10.
At Anthony's Pizza Inwood location, nobody does it better. We make our own dough and we bake it fresh twice daily. That's freshly baked twice a day to make sure your pizza always tastes great. Take advantage of our Anthony's Pizza special offer. Get 2 large one-topping pizzas, just $17.99. And when you buy 3 12-inch subs, the 4th one's on us. For the best in freshly made pizzas, subs, calzones, stromboli, lasagna, and more, it's got to be Anthony's Pizza, 372 Middleway Pike in Inwood. Call 229-7373 for delivery. Anthony'sMenu.com. The EPAN Travel Volleyball Club would like to wish the local high school volleyball teams good luck with their 2019 season. We look forward to seeing all players ages 12U through 17U at our 2020 tryouts in November. The EPAN Volleyball Club has been West Virginia's leader in travel volleyball since 2001. The EPAN Volleyball Club is affiliated with the Chesapeake Region Volleyball Association and AAU USA Volleyball. Tryouts are usually held at Musselman High School. To register, email epan2@gmail.com or go to www.epanvbc.com.
When you do the same thing for 135 years, you learn to do it well. For 135 years, we've been helping families through the hardest times of their lives. That's because we're a family as well. When your family loses a loved one, we're here to help. We're Brown Funeral Home in Martinsburg, Inwood, and Charlestown, Ranson. We're here when you need us.
Welcome back into Klein Court. We're at Musselman High School. It's the Hedgesville Eagles in town taking on the Musselman Applemen for our Tuesday night volleyball series that we've done each week since the beginning of September. Again, we will carry you right through the sectional round coming up next week. Well, Phil, it is Tadpole night here at Klein Court. You want to give us a little background on what the 6- and 7-year-olds sitting to our right are doing here and what special events are going on tonight?
Yeah, this is something that Musselman boosters have done for quite some time, and an introduction to for a lot of these young ladies into volleyball. But they come on Wednesday nights. They've come all season long and spend time, spend instructional time, and sometimes play time. They do a lot of fun things with the kids as well. Developed a little bit of relationship with them, and I can tell you that all the players remember the tadpoles that they're assigned to. So the players are really excited about the tadpoles. The tadpoles have a lot of excitement about it. They've done this for quite some time. So they're 6, 7 years old, 6 and 7 years old, and it's really a good program that they have. It's been a great fundraiser, a lot of benefit from it, and I would venture to say that a lot of the girls that you see out on the court tonight were at one-time tadpoles.
We're looking forward to that. Always fun to get the youngsters involved. We had youth night here. These seemed like it was yesterday. It was really about a month and a half ago that the rec leagues were here, so got a chance to see that. I'm glad we get a chance to recognize these extremely young volleyball players, hopefully learning valuable lessons from what is not just a team, but one of the best teams, and right now the best AAA team across the Mountain State. So that's what's going on here tonight. They will walk out with a player tonight. Both have gone back into the locker room area, so they're going to walk out together coming up here in just a few minutes. Hedgesville right now on the court getting in their warm-ups. Again, Musselman back in the locker room. Let's go ahead and take one more 90-second break, then we'll come back and hopefully get those introductions with the tadpoles and also give you the rosters of both Hedgesville and Musselman. That coming up next after this minute-and-a-half break. It is Hedgesville at Musselman, and this is West Virginia High School Volleyball on TV 10.
Hi, this is Eric from Hagerstown Ford. I keep telling you that Hagerstown Ford has completely changed the car buying experience forever. And with a return policy easier than Walmart, Hagerstown Ford has a goal to deliver 350 cars and trucks per month. And when I say deliver, I mean deliver to you, where you are, just like Amazon does. And if you don't want it, return it. No questions asked. The only way Hagerstown Ford can accomplish this extremely aggressive goal is to make the car buying process fast and easy. We simply refuse to play the dumb back and forth games that most dealerships want to play. There's absolutely no reason for you to waste your precious time at a car dealership. I assure you, there is no dealership from Winchester, Virginia to Washington, D.C. that can beat our price. There's no dealership that will allow you to return your new car if you don't want it. Hagerstown Ford absolutely has the best price, and we'll bring the car to you. And if you don't want it, return it, period. No questions asked. There's no reason to buy anywhere else. Visit HagerstownFord.com to schedule your VIP experience and get your new ride delivered to you.
Contact dealer for details.
If you hang the WVU Medicine sign, certainly has helped take us to another level.
He literally saved my life. It's just mind-boggling to me that he was able to do what he did.
We're able to affect much more of a difference for our patients with these resources.
Having people treated locally enhances their overall care.
They treat you great, and they're down to earth in the West Virginia way that all West Virginians treat each other.
Welcome back into Klein Court. We are just a few minutes away from getting action started here. It's regional action and sectional action. It is the one of the last warm-ups for both of these teams. Again, with the schedule we have, it does not look like Hedgesville has another game this regular season, so this could be their last warm-up before they will face Spring Mills in the sectional round next week. For Musselman, they'll have Washington coming up on Thursday, so they'll have one more tune-up before the sectional round against Martinsburg coming up next Tuesday. Well, before we have the introductions with the tadpoles here tonight at Klein Court, Phil, let's take a look at some players to watch from each side in what should be a good rivalry match. Now, let's start with Hedgesville first. Who do you think can have a big impact for them?
Well, I think you know from the start that the Yates sisters, Mackenzie Yates being a senior, Skylar Yates, they're going to have a night. What Hedgesville's really going to need is they're going to need someone else to come up front to make some noise swinging the ball so they can spread the ball out a little bit more, not get stuck in rotations where they don't have a lot of power up front. So to have the ability to set somewhere else. And again, sometimes that leads from the pass too. The pass has to give the setter the ability to set someone else other than outside. So I think you know what you're going to get from Skylar and Mackenzie Yates, and you know what you're going to get from Kelsey Turbin. They've been with this program for quite some time, and they're not unfamiliar with this rivalry. But someone, maybe a Tamika Adams or somebody, is going to have to step up tonight and have to show some power on the front row.
For Musselman.
As always, the outsides are always important for Musselman. Faith Ketterman had a super tournament. Hannah Howard, as always, the super freshman. They like to call her Hammer Howard. You'll hear them chanting Hammer every now and then when she gets a kill. They rally around that. But for Musselman, it's, as always, Sadie right in the middle. Lena Rainey, the second set against George Washington, Lena Rainey really took over that second set and gave a spark to the whole team. So these players up front, and just like for Hedgesville, you need to pass the ball so the setter can get the setter or setters can set the ball to who they choose.
All right, what did you see, if anything, from Caroline Shipley? I know she was dressed after the injury at Jefferson last week, but didn't get a whole lot of opportunity. Did she play a good bit in that tournament?
No, she didn't. It was the same thing where I think their fear is they want to make sure that she's available, or to the best of their ability, that she's available for the state tournament, assuming anyway, and that's not a safe assumption, but assuming that they get down there, they want her available for that. So I think she's warming up, kind of testing a little bit. I think she's still got some sensitivity in her ankle, so they're playing it by ear, and I'm not quite sure whether she's going to play tonight or not.
All right, well, let's send it over to the PAs. We get the introduction of both teams, including the tadpoles tonight here from Klein Court.
Starting off with number 1, we have Kaylin Hall. Number 2, Emily Neely. Number 3, Skylar Yates. Number 4, Mackenzie Yates. Number 5, Tamika Adams. Number 6, Emma Burrow. Number 7, Paige Woodley. Number 8, Kelsey Van. Number 9, Kieran Wright. Number 10, Claire Hall. Number 11, Jenica Fox. Number 12, Kelsey Curry. Number 13, Maggie Burns. And number 14, Paisley Miller. Tonight we'll be honoring our tadpoles that have worked hard with our volleyball girls. Starting off, we have number 2, Faith Ketterman with J.L. Perkins and Anna Wolf. Next, we have number 3, Jenica Fairclough with Hope Wilson and Jocelyn Williams. Up next, number 4, Hannah Howard with Mallory Barton. Number 5, Addison Walker with Ryan Levers. Number 6, Haley James with Faith Baca and Chloe Burkhardt. Number 7, Addie Miller with Jordan Reiner. Number 8, Abigail McCoy with Bailey Wolver and Riley White. Number 9, Madigan Fairclough with Jade Aikens. Number 11, Lena Rainey with Cora Perkins. Number 14, Caroline Shipley with Amelia McAvoy. Number 17, Sadie Rice with Brandon Horner and Amelia Ivanov. And lastly, number 25, Isabella Hustler with Aubrey Observation.
And there are your tadpoles, for the most part, with the right pronunciations. I'm sure you got that little jab walking by, but that is both lineups. We will come back after the national anthem and get you ready for action. Again, for this 90-second break, we will have action of Hedgesville and Musselman from Klein Court. This is West Virginia High School Volleyball on TV 10.
Hi, this is Eric from Hagerstown Ford. I keep telling you that Hagerstown Ford has completely changed the car buying experience forever. And with a return policy easier than Walmart, Hagerstown Ford has a goal to deliver 350 cars and trucks per month. And when I say deliver, I mean deliver to you, where you are, just like Amazon does. And if you don't want it, return it. No questions asked. The only way Hagerstown Ford can accomplish this extremely aggressive goal is to make the car buying process fast and easy. We simply refuse to play the dumb back and forth games that most dealerships want to play. There's absolutely no reason for you to waste your precious time at a car dealership. I assure you, there is no dealership from Winchester, Virginia to Washington, D.C. that can beat our price. There's no dealership that will allow you to return your new car if you don't want it. Hagerstown Ford absolutely has the best price, and we'll bring the car to you. And if you don't want it, return it, period. No questions asked. There's no reason to buy anywhere else. Visit HagerstownFord.com to schedule your VIP experience and get your new ride delivered to you.
Contact dealer for details.
Let's talk trash, because when it comes to trash, you have options. Panhandle Dumpsters is a local family-owned garbage hauling company serving both residential and commercial customers with weekly trash pickup, dumpster service, yard waste pickup, and bulk pickups too. Panhandle Dumpsters will give you a free trash can and provide curbside service for just $23 a month. Panhandle Dumpsters features a fleet of quieter, eco-friendly garbage trucks, thereby reducing the noise usually associated with pickup. Switch now and save up to 30%. Call 833-DUMP-STR, panhandledumpsters.com.
Senior Haley James with the national anthem for Musselman, as she has done every home game so far this year. Real quick, want to run through each rosters in case you didn't get those for both, starting with Hedgesville, led by Joy Van Dyne, number 1, Kaylin Haught, number 2, Emily Neely, number 3, Skylar Yates, 4 is Mackenzie Yates. These sisters, number 5 is Tamika Adams, 6, Emily Sabora, there we go, thank you, Phil. Number 7 is Sadie Everhart, 8 is Kelsey Van Dyne, 9 is Dylan Ruest, 10 Claire Hawk, 11 Danica Probst, 12 is Kelsey Turbin, 13 is Maggie Kearns, 14 Paisley Miller, and 15 Paige Richmond. Richmond had a very good match in that JV match just a little bit earlier. The Musselman Affelman, led by head coach Sean Martz. Let's start with number 2, Faith Ketterman, number 3, Danica Faircloth, number 4, Hannah Howard, number 5, Addie Walker, number 6, Haley James, who just finished singing the national anthem, number 7, Addie Miller, number 8, Abigail McCoy, number 9, Madigan Faircloth, number 11, Lena Rainey, number 14 is Caroline Shipley, number 17 is Sadie Wright, and 25 is Bella Hutzler. And Phil, a packed house at Klein Court tonight.
Yeah, and we're getting to that time of year where these, while the seedings may be set for the sectionals, at least they know who they're going to play. Now it's getting go time where they want to see they're going to get into their best volleyball and show the best that they've got. So now it's go time. So at the end of every year, you start to see these stands fill up. It is a packed house.
Last second rotations getting set. The libero for Hedgesville are going to be Emily Neely wearing number 2. And, of course, in the burgundy jersey for Musselman will be Madigan Faircloth. It'll be a serve to start it off for Musselman, and it'll be Abby McCoy getting it started for the Applemen. Again, a good atmosphere here for one of the best rivalries in volleyball across the entire Mountain State, and definitely the best in the Eastern Panhandle. First serve for McCoy, going to that back line, pass up to the front line. Here is a set coming up is Yates, and that one deflected out of play off Hannah Howard. Point, Hedgesville.
Yeah, that was the way Hedgesville wants to start. They want to get, and they saw a spot and they went after it. But they're going to need to be aggressive, and they had a good pass on that serve by Yates, a good set and a good swing.
Haley James coming in for Abigail McCoy. Set will be Haught for Hedgesville, and that one a low serve. That one almost didn't get the net on the bottom side. Point, Musselman on the serving air.
Yeah, I kind of gave one back there. It was a good start. Maybe a little bit of jitters with this crowd, the music, the excitement. Could be expected to have some jitters early on.
Big Walker now on the serve for Musselman. That one to pass out of bounds, being a rundown, tip over, playable. As there's the set by Hutzler and Wright with the swing, but played by Neely. Here's a good swing by Skylar Yates, and that's going to be a kill for Yates. Her second here of the set, and Hedgesville takes the lead 2-1.
Yeah, and going back to that tournament, Yates sisters both had a good tournament. From what the parts I got to watch of Hedgesville, they both had a lot of success. Looks like that's starting to carry over here.
Skylar Yates on the serve. Free ball over by Hannah Howard. Set here by Haught, and a block at the net, sending Hutzler almost to the net, but playable. Now Faircloth will send it over. Set here by Haught, and a tip over. Great diving effort off of the Tamika Adams send over. Now Sadie Wright with the bump over, playable for Hedgesville. Mackenzie Yates with the swing, sending it over. Haley James the pass. Hutzler the set. Sadie Wright with the swing. Good block at the net. And now sent over for Hedgesville. Hannah Howard with the swing, deflected at the net. A little bit of a overpass. Now Hutzler with the set again. Hannah Howard with the swing. To the back line, it's Neely. Again, Yates with the swing. That one blocked at the net by Sadie Wright and Bella Hutzler. Point, Musselman.
Hey, if that rally is any indication of what we're going to get tonight, it's going to be a fun night. That was a lot. That both teams competed. Some good in-system volleyball, good out-of-system volleyball as well.
Sadie Wright now on the serve. That one skimming the net on the way over. Good dig by Neely. The set here, good swing. Yates sends it over. Haley James right there. And Howard, a free ball over, getting to the back line. There's Yates again, set by Haught. And Yates with the tip over, nobody home. Point, Hedgesville.
Yeah, Musselman's back row is going on. Read that a little bit better. It wasn't necessarily sold, so I'm sure Coach Barsh is going to tell him to not only read that, but to react to it.
Now back to serve is Kelsey Turbin for Hedgesville. They have the 3-2 advantage here in set number 1. There's the serve, a good dig by Haley James and sent over. A good swing, but Howard right there to keep it alive. Now Howard at the net with a tip over behind that front line, but coming in was Haught from the back line. Yates with the swing, that hitting the net, and then looked like Rainey on the way over, and then dropping point, Hedgesville.
Yeah, again, these two teams are competing. You had Hannah Howard with a great play to keep that alive, but ultimately those free balls, they'll come back to haunt you, and Hedgesville got a good swing and scored on it.
Again, Turbin on the serve. Haley James with the pass. Hutzler at the set and the swing for Hannah Howard, but Mackenzie Yates right there. There is the set to Yates. That one blocked by either Hutzler or Rainey, but going out of bounds. Point, Hedgesville, 5-2. The Eagle advantage early in set number 1.
Yeah, those blockers didn't quite get their shoulders turned back into the court.
Turbin on the serve. That one a low line drive serve going up to the Raptors. A set by Hutzler. Hannah Howard on the swing. That one deflected at the net, blocked by Hawk, but it's going to drop. Point, Musselman, 5-3.
Yeah, she didn't quite get over on the block there, and it just kind of rolled down her body and stayed on their side of the court.
Bella Hutzler on the serve now for Musselman. There's that serve, skimming the net on the way over, but right there was Neely. Yates with the swing, right back to, that was Faith Ketterman on that back row. Faircloth sending it over. Skylar Yates right there. A set here to Mackenzie Yates. That one deflector blocked by Rainey, but they're going to get a lift. And
yeah,
Phil, while the grimace on your face, you didn't see that one.
No, I didn't necessarily see that. I thought Lena kind of set the ball. I didn't think it was a lift. But ultimately, she's right there in front of the up official, so that's not what he saw. That was a great play made by Bella Hutzler in there early, where Rainey had kind of missed the overpass, and Bella just kind of punched it up, but ultimately didn't get the score.
Set by Hutzler. Hannah Howard coming in strong. Good swing by Howard. This one, a bit of an overpass, but there in the front was Yates. Set by Hutzler again. A good swing by Hannah Howard, but Neely there on the back row. Here's a set for Yates. A good swing, but right there's Madigan Faircloth. Set by Faircloth, a free ball over. Set here, and again, Yates with the tip, but Hannah Howard there to play it. Now a set to Danica Faircloth. This one a good dig going sky high into the net, and they're going to get a point Musselman. That call going to be a net call. Point Musselman 6-4. Hedgesville out in front by 2.
We had talked earlier about how it's going to be important for Hedgesville to set the ball, get the ball somewhere else other than outside. So far this match, while they're winning, it seems like they're only setting outside where Musselman spread it around a little bit, and that'll come back to haunt them.
Here comes the serve from the freshman Hannah Howard. Going to the back corner where it's a miss hit by the libero Emily Neely, and that'll be an ace for Hannah Howard. Point, Musselman.
Those are important, especially here in the early on when both teams are giving their best and the intensity is at its highest. To get an ace right now is important.
Again, the serve for Hannah Howard. Again, finding Neely on that back line. The set here coming up strong is Yates, and that one out of play. Point, Musselman.
Yeah, and a lot of that's caused by the blocks by Musselman. You know, they're up there. They've been unsuccessful on some. They've blocked some out of bounds, but that presence is still there. So when those outsiders are swinging, they know that a body is there.
Tied up at 6 here in set 1. Howard on the serve. Low line drive serve, getting Yates in that back line. Here is the set. Again, it's Yates coming up strong. That one deflected at the net by Rainey. Howard on the dive, couldn't get there. Point Hedgesville, they regain the lead, 7-6.
That's a good swing by Yates. She's having a good match so far.
Sabora now on to serve for Hedgesville. The sophomore wearing number 6 in blue. Serve and a serving error, the second serving error so far for Hedgesville, and we're tied up at 7 on these serving error points. Musselman, as you can hear the chant coming from the bleachers across from us.
Yeah, you'll start to hear that point Musselman chant as the night goes on. It annoys all the other local fans, but that's something they've done for quite some time.
Serve for Faircloth, going back to libero Neely. It's set here, and Yates going to send it to the back line. Hannah Howard with the pass. Hutzler the set. Ketterman with the hard swing and is going to get the kill. Faith Ketterman gets the point. Musselman 8-7. The Appleman out in front.
That was a great job by Faith adjusting to that ball. The set it looked like a little bit inside, but she's got the athletic ability, the length, and the flexibility to still do something like that where a lot of people just would have had to tip that over.
Madigan Faircloth on the serve, final libero Neely, an overpass, and that's going to be a long ace before Madigan Faircloth point. Musselman.
Yeah, and in the serve game right now, that's just off the top of my head, that was 2 aces by Musselman and 2 serve errors by Hedgesville. Oh, spoke too soon. Two serve errors by Hedgesville, but that explains the lead that Musselman has right now.
That lead now cut to 1 after the serving error from Faircloth. Now it'll be the libero Emily Neely serving for Hedgesville. Fantastic sets so far on both sides. There's that serve from Neely. This one out in a third serving error for Hedgesville. Point Musselman, 10-8.
Yeah, again, if they're going to hang with them, as this match goes on, Musselman's going to spread the ball around. They'll start to have some success with opposite and middle. Hedgesville needs to do the same thing, but serve errors isn't something that they can handle right now.
Serve for Abby McCoy, and that's going to be an ace for McCoy going off of Neely, who couldn't handle it. Point Musselman, 11-8.
Yeah, again, the serve game right now, Musselman's winning with by way of aces and serve errors from the part of Hedgesville.
McCoy looking over to the bench, getting some instruction from head coach Sean Martz. Here comes the serve for McCoy. This one bringing Neely to a knee, a good dig. And set here for Yates, who will send it to the back line. There's McCoy. Pass up to Hutzler. Hutzler the set, and Ketterman with a good swing, deflecting off of somebody on that front line. But it's going to be a point, Musselman, 12-8.
That is how you draw it up right there. You had a good serve, you had a good pass, a great set, and a terrific kill by Faith Ketterman. Good job on the part of Musselman.
Timeout on the floor. Let's take the 30-second timeout as well. On set 1, it is Musselman 12, Hedgesville 8. We'll be back in 30 seconds. This is West Virginia High School Volleyball on TV 10.
At Anthony's Pizza Inwood location, nobody does it better. We make our own dough and we bake it fresh twice daily. That's freshly baked twice a day to make sure your pizza always tastes great. Take advantage of our Anthony's Pizza special offer. Get 2 large one-topping pizzas, just $17.99. And when you buy 3 12-inch subs, the 4th one's on us. For the best in freshly made pizzas, subs, calzones, stromboli, lasagna, and more, it's got to be Anthony's Pizza, 372 Middleway Pike in Inwood. Call 229-7373 for delivery, anthonysmenu.com.
Welcome back into Klein Court. Serve again for McCoy. Out of the timeout, it is a lead for a Musselman, 12-8.
Looks like Hedgesville changed their serve-receive rotation a bit there.
And that's going to be another ace for McCoy. That change not doing much out of the timeout. It's a point. Musselman, they take the 5-point advantage in set 1, 13-8.
Yeah, Hedgesville's made some adjustments there at the timeout, and she made some further adjustments right here with a couple substitutions. I just give someone a little breather. Sometimes you get down a little bit, and you need a break to get out of it.
Serve again for McCoy. That one going to the back line. It's Yates with a good swing, and McCoy can't handle it. Nobody in front to at all block that swing, and there's nothing McCoy can do about that one from the back line. Point Hedgesville, 13-9, the Appleman advantage.
No, and that's something that Hedgesville is going to need to do more of. That looked like an off-tempo set. They kind of got that out a little bit to call that a go set and got on top of it. Musselman's blockers just weren't there, and that's a difficult ball to play from the back row.
Haught on the serve, and that's going to be an ace for Kaylin Haught. Haley James in that back corner. Guess thought she was a little further over than she was. Watch that one go and bounce inbounds. Point Hedgesville, 13-10.
Yeah, she's had a terrific set so far, and she'll bounce back from that. But yeah, I think she thought it was out and was unsure of what she should do.
On the serve again, Hutzler having to go into the stands, and Sadie Wright just getting it over. And a free ball that's going to turn into a point for Musselman, 14-10.
Yeah, sometimes it's better to be lucky than good, but that's a derivative of hustle. You know, you had a lot of hustle plays over there, and Hedgesville wasn't quite ready to play that. Those are awkward balls to play. Hard to fault Hedgesville for that.
Addie Walker on the serve now for Musselman. Served into the back line and jamming up Mackenzie Yates, and that's going to be an ace for Musselman, an ace for Walker. And so far it's been serving that has been the difference here in this set so far. A handful of aces now for Musselman and a handful of serving errors for Hedgesville.
Yeah, we talk a lot about Musselman's aggressive serves, and sometimes it bites them a little bit by way of serve errors, but this is why they do it.
Yates is going to have to send it over. James with the bump. And now Walker sending it too strong on the overpass. Hannah Howard can't get to a point. Hedgesville.
That was just a bad pass that they were unable to do anything with. You know, some of these out-of-system balls, they're hard to practice. They come at you at an awkward angle. You're not quite sure where everybody's lined up.
Skylar Yates on the serve, and that one out of bounds, serving error point. Musselman and another serving error for Hedgesville.
Yeah, that's really hurting on this set. You know, 16-11 when I say volleyball, I mean when there's a rally going on. The serve-receive game, Musselman's clearly winning. When they're playing volleyball, they're about even.
Sadie Wright on the serve, sending Hedgesville to the back line. Now Sadie Wright sending it to the front. Rainey just going to have to send a free ball over. A set here and a tip over for Adams. Now at the net is Hannah Howard with a good swing, but out of bounds. Point, Hedgesville.
Yeah, she was trying to catch the line there. It was just a bit out of bounds. That was a good swing. Positive error on the part of Hannah Howard.
Coming in is Claire Hawk. And serving now for Hedgesville will be Kelsey Turbin. Serve for Turbin going to the back line. The Ketterman is there. Now Hannah Howard going to send a free ball over. Getting to that back line where Yates will start the return. Now the other Yates with the tip. And I think we're going to get a antenna call. Point, Musselman.
Out of bounds. And, that was all derived from the set. And I'm not quite sure she didn't get away with the double there, but that set was really tight into the net. And outside didn't have much of a choice.
17-12, that Appleman advantage. Serve came from Hutzler. Here's the set. Yates at the net. We get a whistle, and we're going to get a double hit on Hedgesville. Point, Musselman, and the unforced errors piling up now for Hedgesville.
Yeah, this first set's played with a lot of intensity. Again, when they're playing volleyball, it's tight, but they're losing in serve receive and a few unforced errors.
Swing for Yates, a block at the net. It was Rainey up there along with Danica Faircloth. Point, Musselman.
That's a tough duo to get the ball over. When Faircloth's up front, she's a really good blocker.
Coach Van Dyne wants a timeout for Hedgesville. Let's take the 30-second break as well. More from Klein Court in set one when we come back. Right now it is Musselman 19, Hedgesville 12.
They're my closest friends. We've been through a lot together. Seeing our kids off to college, Kelly losing her mom, my 50th birthday. I trust them with so much. So when it came to my finances, I trusted Kelly's referral to her Ameriprise advisor. Beth gives me the comprehensive advice that helps me feel confident my financial future is secure. With the right financial advisor, life can be brilliant. Ameriprise Financial.
You can get in trouble.
Bella Hutzler now on the serve for Musselman. It is 19 serving 12. Yates with the pass up front. Here is the set to Yates on the tip. Rainey able to get back and keep that one playable. Now she's going to have to tip it over, but that one going to be out of bounds. Point, Hedgesville.
You know, they didn't get the point from that, but I'm going to point out just some of Rainey's volleyball experience right there in her heads-up play, where she kept that ball alive and then made a good play. That was a good spot where she was trying to hit the ball just a hair outside. If they could have played that, they would have. That was a good play by Lena Rainey.
Sadie Everhart on the serve now for Hedgesville. Hannah Howard up to Bella Hutzler. Back to Hannah Howard. That one blocked at the net. Up there was Paisley Miller along with Claire Hawk. Neither one could get it back over. That'll be a point. Musselman 20-13.
Again, that's how you draw it up. You know, that had such power on it, that block. If it's not right over top the net and right into the ball, there's really not a lot you can do with it.
Serve for Hannah Howard. Too strong out of bounds. Serving error for Hannah Howard. And that's a point. Hedgesville 20-14. They're back within 6.
Yeah, in order for Hedgesville to get back into this, they're going to need one of those runs that we saw from the JV team. So that's going to come, ideally you want one of the Skylar Yates up front, and that's where they got her right now playing outside.
Emma Sabora on the serve. It's Hannah Howard with the pass up to Hutzler, who will set it to Danica Faircloth, and that one deflected out of bounds. Point, Musselman 21-14.
Yeah, and we talked earlier about how Musselman has the ability to spread the ball around, and that's the second or third time we've seen the opposite set. We've seen middle set, we've seen outside set. That makes it really tough on the blockers to determine where the set's going to go and get a head start on the block, and that's why Hedgesville would need to spread the ball around some more, so Musselman's blockers just can't sit out there on the outsides.
We wanted to make sure that the rotation was where it should have been. It's good to check that before we don't have to halt play. And now we are ready for the serve from Madigan Faircloth. This one going to be an ace for Faircloth. And Neely didn't move her feet and get up, went with more of a reach. And that's going to be another ace for Musselman, 22-14.
That was a terrific serve. You said there's no rotation on that ball at all, and it just dropped right at her.
Serve again for Faircloth. This one back to Neely, an overpass, and an easy kill at the net for Sadie Wright. You sent a free ball over right at the net on an overpass to a 6'1" Sadie Wright standing in the middle of the net. Not much good can come of that if you're Hedgesville.
No, it's a dangerous place to be, and Sadie did a good job of reading that. She saw it immediately, and that was all derived, again, from the strong serve from Musselman. There's another one.
Another ace for Faircloth again. They are picking on Emily Neely on that back row, as she has struggled receiving serve so far here in set number 1. Point Musselman. This is a set point coming up, 24-14. Again, it is Madigan Faircloth on the serve.
That is
low line drive, hitting the net, and that's going to be an ace for Faircloth. A point Musselman, set 1, going to the Appleman, 25-14. We'll break down set 1 and take a look at some stats from set number 1 and then set you up for set 2 here from Klein Court when we come back after this 90-second timeout. Again, in set 1, it was Musselman 25, Hedgesville 14. This is West Virginia High School Volleyball on TV 10, back in 90 seconds.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
At Anthony's Pizza Inwood location, nobody does it better. We make our own dough and we bake it fresh twice daily. That's freshly baked twice a day to make sure your pizza always tastes great. Take advantage of our Anthony's Pizza special offer. Get 2 large one-topping pizzas, just $17.99. And when you buy 3 12-inch subs, the 4th one's on us. For the best in freshly made pizzas, subs, calzones, stromboli, lasagna, and more, it's got to be Anthony's Pizza, 372 Middleway Pike in Inwood. Call 229-7373 for delivery, anthonysmenu.com.
If you hang the WVU Medicine sign, certainly has helped take us to another level.
Evolving what we try to do as physicians and as a health system and organization is the mission of WVU Medicine, and it's an exciting mission to be a part of.
With the knowledge and the years of practice that they've put into this institution, you know, they know a lot. They can help you, and they've helped me a lot.
Having people treated locally enhances their overall care.
Well, set 1 went the way of the Musselman Appleman, 25-14, and a big number was aces.
Yeah, they had 8 aces in that first set, and that's something. That's the number 3 team in the state that they've just aced 8 times. You don't see that often. You don't see that sometimes in an entire match and sometimes in an entire weekend. So that was some really good serving on the part of Musselman. And, you know, we talk a lot. There's been some matches where we've watched, and there's a lot of serve errors. And you wonder, like, why do they continue to try those low, flat, high-risk, high-reward serves? And ultimately, to win the big prize, to win the state championship, you've got to be able to serve like that, get an advantage. And even, you know, we talk a lot about aces, but it's not just the aces. It's those hard serves that cause a one pass, where it may look like, okay, the receiving team made a spectacular play and they got the ball up. But ultimately, the result of it is it's a one pass. A setter can't do much with it. It results in a free ball, which turns into a practice ball for a good team, and you get the kill. But it's all a result of the serve. And we really saw that right there in that first set.
And on the flip side, serving errors for Hedgesville.
Yeah, Hedgesville had a fair amount of serving, more than usual serving errors. Musselman only had 2. They served 92% in that set. But Hedgesville didn't help their case with their own serve errors.
Both teams switching sides. Rotations making sure they're where they need to be.
We've seen, I was telling you at one of the break, we've seen times where Musselman's gone up 1-0 or 2-0 in the past, and Hedgesville has come back to take this to 5 sets. These kids will not stop playing for Joy Van Dyne. She's absolutely got their ear, and she's got credibility with them, so they won't stop playing.
Now get our ball back in, as it was taking a little rest on the scores table right next to us. It'll be Sadie Everhart on the serve. Actually make that Paige Richmond on the serve. Here's the set 2 Faith Ketterman a whistle before we're going to get a double.
Yeah, it was a double called by the up official. And you know what I noticed there was when that double was called, how the Hedgesville bench left their seats. So they're still into this. They're not giving up.
Set by Hutzler to Ketterman. Good swing, but right into the net. Point Hedgesville, and they take the 2-0 lead.
Yeah, so a good start from there. They started that first set up 5-2. That set was a little bit low. It was a go set, a little bit low for Faith to do anything with it.
Serve here for Paige Richmond. A diving effort by Hannah Howard, but deflecting that one out of bounds. Point Hedgesville, and they jump out to the quick. A 3-0 lead here in set 2.
Yeah, and that's a JV player. We want to watch her sets here, because if it goes extended sets past 3, she may not be eligible to play past 3 sets, as she played 2 sets with the JV.
That'd be the reason she's probably in set 2.
I think she played some in the first set as well.
That a kill at the net. Was it in bounds? It was. I think Musselman was waiting to see that one, a borderline a call on the line, but it is going to be in bounds, and a point. Hedgesville 4-0. Richmond again on the serve.
Flipping the script a little bit here.
Serve for Richmond, low line drive serve. And that one's going to hit the net. Won't get over. Point Musselman 4-1.
I think they'll take that outcome, though. You know, you had Paige come in, Paige Richmond come in, give them a little bit of a spark on the serve rotation. They come out 4-1. I think they'll accept it.
Abby McCoy now on the serve for Musselman. Going to the back line. 2 players there was Yates and Neely. And now Yates going to send it over. Good dig by Hannah Howard. Faith Ketterman at the net. A great block at the net. Up front was Kelsey Turbin, also Tamika Adams, and that's a point. Hedgesville 5-1.
Those good fundamentals there by Kelsey Turbin. It was a good swing block. She got up and got over the net. It was a great block.
Yates on the serve. Ketterman with the pass to Hutzler. She will set it for Sadie Wright on the tip. And a good job by Sadie Wright, going up strong and just using that right hand with the tip. Point Musselman 5-2.
Hey, these players, that front row just played as if everyone was going to get set. And again, that makes it difficult for the blockers to get a read on who's going to get the ball. That set could have really been played by either one of them. Sadie got the tip over, and they weren't prepared for it as they were sitting on the outside.
Walker on the serve for Musselman. Back of the back line. There's Neely with the pass. Set by Richmond, and Yates with the swing, and that's going to go out of bounds off of Walker. Point Hedgesville 6-2.
Yeah, kind of the same way we started off the first set, but so far it looks like Neely's kind of gathered herself. She's played well so far in the second set.
Turbin on the serve now for Hedgesville. It is 6-2. There's that serve. Dig by Ketterman, but mishit by Faith Ketterman out of bounds. Point Hedgesville.
A little roll reversal right here. I think that's the second ace by Hedgesville so far here in this first set.
Again, it's Turbin on the serve. It's 7-2. This one a line drive serve to the back where Faircloth will send the pass forward. A good swing by Sadie Wright. That one going up and coming right back down. It's Adams sending it over. That one blocked at the net by Sadie Wright, but sent it out of bounds. Point Hedgesville 8-2. That's a great read by Adams. That one to hit the partition on top of the roof here in the gym and came right back down.
Yeah, some of those quirky rules with volleyball where they hit the partition on the up top, and there's some debate of whether or not that should have been called out. But I guess because it's on the one side of the net, they allow it to play.
Set here as Yates come on. A good swing by Yates. Wright sends it right back into the net. And Hannah Howard, a strong swing, but played well. There is Richmond. Another good swing by Yates, and that's a kill for Mackenzie Yates. Point Hedgesville. And Coach Martz has seen enough. He wants a timeout. 8-2 of that Hedgesville advantage. Make that 9-2. The Hedgesville advantage. Let's take a 30-second break. We'll come back with more from set 2 here at Klein Court. It is Hedgesville 9, Musselman 2.
He is the most interesting jeweler in the world. Celebrities ask for his autograph. When buying diamonds, experts ask him what they're worth. He once counted to infinity twice. He has his own astrological sign.
I may not sell every customer that comes into Bechtel Jewelers, but on the rare occasions when I don't, they often wish I had. Stay brilliant, my friends.
Kelsey Turbin on the serve. It's 9-2 here at Klein Court. Hedgesville out in front in set number 2. Overpass by Faith Ketterman. And that's going to be another point. Hedgesville, not what Coach Marks wanted out of the timeout.
No, absolutely not. And you kind of see the script being flipped here a little bit where Hedgesville's now winning the serve-receive battle, causing overpasses, had a couple aces.
Serve for Turbin. There's Madigan Faircloth, the pass to Hutzler. A set for Hannah Howard. A strong swing, but too hard, out of bounds. Point Hedgesville, and they have a commanding 11-2 lead here in set number 2.
Yeah, if you thought they were going to go away after that first set, I think they answered that question for us real fast. They're not going anywhere.
Again, Turbin on the serve. A diving dig by Faith Ketterman. Now a good swing by Sadie Wright, blocked at the net. Overpass into the net, and that's going to be a point. A net call as Madigan Faircloth went into the net. Point Hedgesville, and they now have a 10-point advantage, 12-2.
I see how Musselman digs out of this. They've been here before. They're not going to panic. But 12-2 is quite the hole to dig out of.
Turbin on the serve. Hannah Howard. A pass to Hutzler. Set to Howard. Tip over the net. But right there is Richmond. Great diving effort by Faircloth. And a hard swing by Sadie Wright, deflecting off of Tamika Adams on the way out. Point Musselman.
And we'll start to see what Musselman's plan of attack is from here. They've been sitting on those outsides a little bit so far this set, so we'll see how often they can spread the ball around. But you have to have a pass that enables them to do that.
Sadie Wright on the serve. Hard serve, and that one's going to be an ace. Going past a diving Emily Neely. Point Musselman. Back within 8 at 12-4.
That is a tough serve to return, way deep in the back of the court, right on that back line. That's a tough one to return.
Sadie Wright again on the serve, again going deep to that back line, but Yates plays it. A set here. Yates again with the swing, but blocked by Rainey. Hannah Howard, a strong swing. It's sent back over after it got sent back to Hutzler, who with her back to the net tried to send it back over and just keep it alive. Was not able to, going out of bounds. Point Hedgesville, 13-4 here in set number 2.
Yeah, she just threw a fist up there trying to do something with it as it came at her. Not much else she could do, and it just ran out of bounds.
Kaylin Hall on the serve for Hedgesville. Line drive, serve just going past that out of bounds line. Point Musselman, another serving error for Hedgesville. They've cut down on those so far in set number 2. Hopefully they don't creep back in as this set goes on. A big problem in set number 1.
Yeah, Musselman looking to chip away a little bit here.
Bella Hutzler on the serve. This one going to the back line where Yates will start the return. A set to Yates with a tip and nobody there. Oh, that's a great pancake by Hannah Howard, keeping it alive. Didn't think there was any way she could get there, and she did with the pancake. And now a diving effort by Hannah Howard on the far side, and she sends it out of bounds. Point Hedgesville.
Yeah, the off or not, that was a great play from Hannah Howard.
It's 14 serving 5 as Emma Sabora now serving for Hedgesville. Hannah Howard with the pass to Hutzler, who sets it again to Howard with a tip, and that one doesn't get over. Point Hedgesville.
Yeah, that set was a little bit too far outside. There's not much she could do with that. She's got to keep it inside that antenna. At the angle that she's coming on her approach, she really had no other choice.
Back to a 10-point advantage for Hedgesville, 15-5. Ketterman with the pass, Hutzler the set, Hannah Howard with the swing. That one blocked at the net. Up there up front was Paisley Miller, who got a finger on that, but it's going to be a point Musselman, 15-6. Hannah Howard on the serve now for the Applemen.
Yeah, we're going to see if Musselman can get some sort of run started here. They're going to need that to get back in this set.
Here comes the serve for Howard. Neely on the back line, a little bit of an overpass, but playable, and a good eye by Danica Faircloth as that one got over the net, but as she could see, that one was going out of bounds. Point Musselman, 15-7.
Yeah, those tight passes are really hard to set. She may have gotten away with being over the center line there as well, and off or not. It didn't matter either way, but those are really difficult to pass or set.
Hannah Howard on the serve, and a serving error for Howard. Neely dropping ahead, making sure she didn't get hit in the forehead on the way over. And that'll be another point Hedgesville, 16-7. They're in front by 9.
I'm sure her heart dropped a little bit as that ball did. I thought it was going to land in. It was just out.
Serve for Musselman. Set here by Hutzler. Faith Ketterman, a strong swing. But good defense by Yates on the back line. And we're going to get a net call, point Musselman.
Yeah, that was, I don't know if she was under the net or in the net. They also probably could have possibly called a double on that as well.
I believe it was probably under the net. Don't see the net shaking at all.
Yeah, she was under the net, but she may have touched it as well. You could have called one of a few things. But, that pass was so tight. It was really, again, not her fault. Not much she could do about it.
Madigan Faircloth on the serve. Good dig by Mackenzie Yates. Now coming up and sending it over. Free ball over. That time it was Skylar Yates. Point. Musselman. What'd you see there, Phil?
I don't know. They said 3. Skylar Yates was, I think, called her in the net or under the net. I'm not quite sure which one. They're a little bit confused as the call as well.
Again, Faircloth on the serve. 9 serving. 16 and a serving error too strong. Just as Musselman was beginning to climb back into it. It's now 17-9 Hedgesville.
Yeah, again, that's if they're going to climb back into this, serve errors, it has to be eliminated.
Paige Richmond now to serve for Hedgesville. This one getting to the back line. Good dig by Madigan Faircloth, set by Hutzler. And a good swing sent back over for Hedgesville. Another good swing by Faith Ketterman, and another good block at the net by Tamika Adams. Point, Hedgesville 18-9. Timeout on the floor taken by Sean Martz. Hedgesville all over Musselman here in set number 2. Let's take a 30-second timeout. We'll be back with more from set 2. From Klein Court, it is Hedgesville 18, Musselman 9.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%. Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
Back out of the timeout quick. It was the serve for Paige Richmond into the net, serving air. That's a point, Musselman. It's now 10 serving 18, McCoy on the serve for the Applemen.
Yeah, and again,
that's going to be an ace for McCoy on a hard-hit deflection back over it. Look, it was just going to be a pass to the front of the net, and Neely too strong. Now 11 serving 18 here from Klein Court.
Yeah, just kept going.
Another serve for McCoy. Yates with the pass. Here's set by Richmond. And a good hard swing at the net. Kelsey Turbin with the kill. Point, Hedgesville.
Yeah, now this score is almost identical to what it was over the weekend. So Musselman's going to need to find a way to get back in this.
Serve for Yates, and immediately everybody in the gray uniforms and the burgundy calling out. And a good eye, as that'll be a serving error for Yates. Point, Musselman. It'll be Addie Walker on the serve now for the Applemen. There's that serve going to the back line. Neely, another overpass. And coming in, Neely's just going to send a free ball over in the diving effort. Great job set here for Howard on the tip. And that's going to be a kill for Hannah Howard. She had been coming up swinging at the entire match so far, but slowed it up there and tipped it over using the right hand. Musselman back within 6, 13-19 against Walker on the serve.
Yeah, see if they can get back in this.
Serve for Walker. Again, getting to that back line. Set here by Richmond. Yates with a hard swing. A good dig by Warhol on the back line. A hard swing for Howard, but Yates able to keep it alive. Pass here by Richmond and sent over McCoy, keeping that one in. Sadie Wright sending a free ball over, seeing what Hedgesville can do here. Set by Richmond, and a good sprawling effort by Hannah Howard. Wright could have sent it over. That one deflected. Hannah Howard right there. Set by Hutzler. Sadie Wright with a strong swing going off of a diving Emily Neely. And that was some volleyball right there.
Yes, it was. And I don't know if you noticed Sadie Wright, the second she got that ball up, she saw that opportunity, and she turned around, transition, caught her set, got a good step close. That was a fantastic play by Sadie Wright.
A little bit of a run now for the Applemen, and Coach Van Dyne wants a timeout. We will keep it right here and use this opportunity to thank all of our sponsors. D&D Meats, the Eastern Panhandle Volleyball Club, Anthony's Pizza, State Farm Dave Pippenbrink Insurance, Panhandle Dumpsters, Bechtel Jewelers, My Bank First United, WVU Medicine, Berkeley and Jefferson Medical Centers, Hagerstown Ford, Parsons Ford, and the Marius Group. Tell us a little more about it, Phil.
Marius Group 304-263-4343, 1270 Winchester Avenue in Martinsburg, West Virginia. And actually, I am also financial field for Bunker Hill, not only just volleyball field for Bunker Hill. So I wear a few hats.
I was going to say, a man of many talents. I want to thank the Marius Group for being a title sponsor this year for Musselman Appleman Volleyball. Walker on the serve, 14 serving, 19 low line drive serve. A set here for Richmond. A Turbin with a strong swing at the net, and she's going to get the kill. And the point, Hedgesville, 20 of 14 Eagles.
Yeah, we had talked earlier about being able to set other places, and they got a good set on opposite right there, and Hedgesville took advantage of it.
Turbin now with the serve for the Eagles. 20 serving, 14, getting to the back line, too strong. Another serving error, point. Musselman, they're back within 5. 15 or 22-15 rather.
Yeah, they're clawing their way back. They're not going anywhere either.
But slowly running out of points to give. Sadie Wright on the serve for the Lady Appleman. Strong low line drive serve. Good dig by Neely. Set here for Richmond. Yates coming up. Good strong swing. That one deflected. Great job by Sadie Wright. Tracking that one all the way. Hannah Howard. Free ball over. Out of bounds. Point. Hedgesville. Back out in front by 6. 21-15.
Yeah, Howard trying to find a spot back there where nobody was, and it just went a little bit too far. Good eye by Hedgesville.
It'll be Kaylin Haught now on to serve for Hedgesville.
Crucial point right here for Musselman.
Serves a low line drive. Hannah Howard with the pass to Hutzler, who will set it right back up to Howard. Strong swing, and that one is going to be a point. Musselman deflected on the way. I believe it was deflected twice by the time it got out.
Yeah, and that was big for Musselman right there. Now, 5 is a lot of room to catch toward the end of this set right here, but they're slowly but surely digging their way back now. They need a run right now. They've got Howard up front. They've got Faircloth and Lena Rainey in the middle. They've got the ability to set the ball everywhere.
New ball coming in, believe. That one on the way out went into the auxiliary gym. Serve for Bella Hutzler. Set for Yates. And the other Yates coming over, deflected. And Neely was trying to run that one down and wisely pulled up.
That was good communication on the part of Hedgesville right there. You can hear in unison all 5 players yell out because that ball was getting ready to get played, so that was great communication from Hedgesville.
All right, some chatter coming from Musselman. What were they thinking happened there, Phil?
He wanted 4 hits. He didn't think it cleared the net, so basically saying, hey, that wasn't a block. That was 4 hits. Difficult to tell. I think it was a block.
It's set here, and just getting over on the free ball. Hannah Howard the pass, set by Hutzler. Again, it is Faircloth sending it over. Again, Yates, a strong swing. A block by Rainey and Faircloth at the net. Hannah Howard with a strong swing now. That one, a blocked at the net right there was Miller along with Claire Hawk. But it does land inbounds. Point Musselman back within 5. It's now 17 serving 22.
It didn't get them to point, but did you see the explosive ability that Skylar Yates had there where she got a good swing on it. They blocked it, came right back over, and as soon as her feet touched the ground, she was back up in the air to get another swing.
Hannah Howard on the serve. Now Yates going to send it over. Hutzler right there. To Faircloth, and now Ketterman with the tip at the net. Set here for Yates with the tip, and Rainey able to adjust her course. Now free ball over for Hedgesville, see if they can take advantage. Here is the set. Yates again with a strong swing, but blocked. That time Danica Faircloth at the net. Now Faith Ketterman, a strong swing, and that one deflected by Paisley Miller on the way out. Point Musselman back within 4.
I think that play was saved early on by Lena Rainey. She went up for the block, and they tried to tip it over. That was a great heads-up play. And those are ones that don't make the stat sheet. But as she landed, she just pushed that ball up and kept it alive. That'll never make a stat sheet, but it's really important.
Timeout on the floor taken by Coach Van Dyne of Hedgesville. Let's take the 30-second timeout as well. Don't go anywhere. We've got a good one here in set number 2. It is Hedgesville 22, Musselman 18. Back in 30 seconds.
They're my closest friends. We've been through a lot together. Seeing our kids off to college, Kelly losing her mom, my 50th birthday. I trust them with so much. So when it came to my finances, I trusted Kelly's referral to her Ameriprise advisor. Beth gives me the comprehensive advice that helps me feel confident my financial future is secure. With the right financial advisor, life can be brilliant. Ameriprise Financial.
Welcome back into Klein Court. It's 18 serving 22. Hannah Howard on the serve for Musselman, trying to stay in this one. They took set 1, 25-14. Clawing back into this one and backing up, trying to get out of the way was Mackenzie Yates, knowing that one was going alone and just couldn't get out of the way, hitting her on the way out. Point Musselman, now back within 3, 22-19. Howard again on the serve.
Just a little indecision there. I think that actually would have landed in, but that indecision cost him a point.
Here's that serve for Howard. Low line drive. Neely sending it backwards. Not ideal. Now here's the set. Yates sends it over, and that's landing inbounds. Madigan Fairclough dropped her head thinking that one was going out of bounds easily, not trying to have the same mistake as Mackenzie Yates, and it ended up costing her point. Hedgesville now 2 points away from taking set 2.
Yeah, she must have thought she was a little bit deeper than what she actually was. I couldn't see her for the post, but when she ducked her head, it clearly was in.
Kelsey Van Dyne on the serve, hitting the net on the way over. Madigan Fairclough drops to a knee with that dig, and now Faith Ketterman has that shot blocked at the net. Paisley Miller along with Kelsey Turbin. And that point going to Hedgesville, and it's now a set point opportunity here for the Eagles. 24-19 on the serve is Kelsey Van Dyne.
Yeah, Kelsey came in the first set and got on a little bit of a run too. She did some passing for him, so she's been big for this team tonight.
To the back line, there's Howard to pass. A little bit of an overpass into the net. Hutzler able to keep it alive, and it was Rainey who sent it over. Here's the set. Turbin, a strong swing, a diving effort by Bella Hutzler to keep it alive. Now Faith Ketterman with a tip, and now playable for Hedgesville. Again, Turbin just having to send it over. A little bit of a miscommunication with her and Yates. Set here for Ketterman. A tip to the back line. Yates right there. Here's the set. Skylar Yates has that. A block at the net by Rainey. Now playable as Danica Fairclough tips it over to the back line. Yates with a strong swing and missed that one short into the net. Point Musselman. And not over quite yet. 24-20.
No, that was a battle of attrition right there. Not a lot of swings and some pushes, some tips. Just a battle of attrition.
Madigan Fairclough on the serve. Into the bat line, an overpass, and that's going to be a point. Musselman back within 3 now, 24-21 with no room to give here in set number 2.
No, there's nowhere to go now. You got to win by 2, so there's a little bit of breathing room if Musselman can get 3 more right here, but I'm sure Coach Van Dyne will call a timeout after another point or so.
Serve for Fairclough to the back line. That's Yates with the pass. Now this should be a free ball over. Actually, Yates will send it to the back line. There's Madigan Fairclough. Set for Hutzler. Sadie Wright with the strong swing, and that's a point. Hedgesville, and they're going to get a lift on Musselman. Set number 2 going the way of the Hedgesville Eagles, 25-21. And we'll come back after this 90-second break, give you stats from set number 2 and set you up for set number 3 again. In set 2, it was Hedgesville 25, Musselman 21, back in 90 seconds.
At Anthony's Pizza Inwood location, nobody does it better. We make our own dough and we bake it fresh twice daily. That's freshly baked twice a day to make sure your pizza always tastes great. Take advantage of our Anthony's Pizza special offer. Get 2 large one-topping pizzas, just $17.99. And when you buy 3 12-inch subs, the 4th one's on us. For the best in freshly made pizzas, subs, calzones, stromboli, lasagna, and more, it's got to be Anthony's Pizza, 372 Middleway Pike in Inwood. Call 229-7373 for delivery, anthonysmenu.com.
Hi, this is Eric from Hagerstown Ford. I keep telling you that Hagerstown Ford has completely changed the car buying experience forever. And with a return policy easier than Walmart, Hagerstown Ford has a goal to deliver 350 cars and trucks per month. And when I say deliver, I mean deliver to you, where you are, just like Amazon does. And if you don't want it, return it. No questions asked. The only way Hagerstown Ford can accomplish this extremely aggressive goal is to make the car buying process fast and easy. We simply refuse to play the dumb back and forth games that most dealerships want to play. There's absolutely no reason for you to waste your precious time at a car dealership. I assure you, there is no dealership from Winchester, Virginia to Washington, D.C. that can beat our price. There's no dealership that will allow you to return your new car if you don't want it. Hagerstown Ford absolutely has the best price, and we'll bring the car to you. And if you don't want it, return it, period. No questions asked. There's no reason to buy anywhere else. Visit HagerstownFord.com to schedule your VIP experience and get your new ride delivered to you.
Contact dealer for details.
Welcome back into Klein Court. Set 2 going the way of the Hedgesville Eagles, 25-21. Phil, give us a quick recap of what happened there in set number 2.
I don't think there really, if you look at when they played volleyball, there wasn't much difference in the second set and the first set. Hedgesville cleaned up their serve-receive game quite a bit. Musselman, while still have 3 aces, is pretty good for a set. It's definitely not 8. and Hedgesville cleaned up their serve error some. So I think the biggest difference was just in the serve-receive game there in the second set.
Set number 3, getting ready to start here from Klein Court. Again, the last tune-up of the year for Hedgesville. Musselman will have Washington right here for senior night on Thursday. McCoy on to serve for Musselman. Starts set number 3. Hedgesville got off to a very quick start in set 2. They want to do the same thing here. Here's the set to Yates. A hard swing. Good job by Hannah Howard on the back line. Now Sadie Wright with the tip over Neely right there. A set again. Here is Yates. Another strong swing. This time McCoy right there. Pass to Hutzler. Set to Madigan Faircloth. A blocked right back over. And now Faircloth will send one strong to the back line. Mackenzie Yates there. Now Skylar Yates with the tip. That one deflected. A diving effort by Abby McCoy trying to keep that alive. Cannot do it. Point Hedgesville.
Yeah, that was a well-played point right there. So it's good for Hedgesville to get off in one without any errors. That was a good choice for her to tip that.
Serve here for Paige Richmond. Overpass into the net, and nothing Bella Hutzler could do with that one. Point Hedgesville.
Yeah, those overpasses, there's not a whole lot that you can do with them. They're so tight to the net, and you've got there's restrictions about being in the net and over that center line.
Serve again for Richmond. And Howard the pass to Hutzler. A set to Sadie Wright. Didn't get a whole lot on that swing. And now Yates with a strong swing. Madigan Faircloth right there to keep it alive. A good effort by Hutzler. And now Faith Ketterman will send it over. Third hit now over. And Sadie Wright again, a strong swing. A little bit of a missed hit. Either way, it'll be a point Musselman as a whistle blowing before the end of that one. What did you see there, Phil?
I'm not sure, but I think that call was a back row attack that was called there on, it must have been Skylar Yates. I'm not quite sure what the call was. I couldn't hear him, didn't see his hand motion, but I think
if the hand goes up here, does that help you with anything?
A little bit, yeah, back row attack.
There you go. That's called a tag team broadcast effort right there. Walker on the serve. Set here is Yates, a strong swing. McCoy with the dig to keep it alive. Madigan Faircloth. Pass to Howard, who will send it to the back row. Good dig by Neely. Hit by Yates, and Sadie Wright and Bella Hutzler premature on the jump. And that was a good job by Skylar Yates to change up what she was going to do and go with the tip rather than the hard swing going for the kill. Point Hedgesville 3-1.
Yeah, and she did a decent job of selling that as well. So she went up, got her elbow back, and when they saw that elbow back, they started to back off, and then she just simply tipped it over.
Set by Hutzler. Hannah Howard here. A strong swing. That one deflected. And a good block at the net by Sadie Wright. That one landing inbounds. Point Hedgesville. Back corner, nobody was there. And Hedgesville once again out to a early lead here in this one, 4-1.
Yeah, that was a good job by her seeing that opening back there, getting up and getting the swing. That was really, really close, but that grabbed the back line.
Skylar Yates on the serve, and an ace for Yates as it deflected off of Madigan Faircloth. And Coach Martz has seen this dance before and calls a timeout, 30-second timeout on the floor. Make it a 60-second timeout on the floor. Let's go ahead and keep it right here. Again, want to remind you that this is our last regular season game, but we will be back in action for the sectional match coming up next Tuesday. It'll be right back here, and it'll be the Martinsburg Bulldogs coming to Klein Court, trying to pull off the upset of the number 1 seed Musselman Appleman. Number 1 seed not only in the section, the region, but right now the number 1 team across the Mountain State in AAA. Hedgesville, the number 3 team across the Mountain State in AAA, served by Yates. A good dig by Ketterman, bit of an overpass. Hutzler there. Now Sadie Wright going to send a free ball over. Adams with the pass, and Hannah Howard too easy, but she's into the net. Point Musselman, or point Hedgesville.
Yeah, and things right now just aren't going Musselman's way. They got an easy overpass to take care of, and she just tipped the net when she went up for the kill.
6 serving 1, Skylar Yates, back line. Faircloth with the pass to Hutzler. Sadie Wright with the tip. That one blocked at the net by Adams. Hannah Howard, a strong swing again. A block at the net that time, Turbin. Now a strong swing by Wright. The back row is Richmond. That's going to be a free ball over to Hedgesville from Madigan Faircloth. They set here, and Yates with the pushover. Pancake by Abby McCoy. And now Hannah Howard on the swing, hitting the net on the way over. No call. Must have been the ball that hit the net on the way over. Turbin with the free ball over. Great pancake by Abby McCoy. Good swing by Sadie Wright. Point, Musselman, and that was a good volley.
Yes, it was. There's a lot of terrific plays made right there, ultimately ending with that great kill by Sadie Wright. She had a spot. She got a hold of that. You can hear it over here, the sound from that. So that was a great shot, exactly what Musselman needed.
Serve for Sadie Wright. 2 serving 6, make that now 7-2 on the serving error for Wright.
Yeah, that'll slow down your momentum a little bit, but they just got a good play, so they're still feeling that. 7-2, they saw that, I think, in the first set as well. At least it was 5-2 in the first set.
Kelsey Turbin on the serve for Hedgesville. Point, Hedgesville.
Yeah, right now I think they understand that Hedgesville's here to play, and while at the end of the day, the winner of this, it's not going to change their position in the region or section, but Hedgesville showing, hey, we're here to be dealt with.
Ketterman with that pass to Hutzler. The set to Rainey. That one blocked at the net. It was Tamika Adams, and Adams wreaking havoc on the net in that front line here in set number 2. Timeout again on the floor. A 30-second timeout. Let's take it as well. Back in a 30 here in set 2. It is 9-2 in favor of the visiting Hedgesville Eagles. Back in 30. This is West Virginia High School Volleyball on TV 10.
The EPAN Travel Volleyball Club would like to wish the local high school volleyball teams good luck with their 2019 season. We look forward to seeing all players ages 12U through 17U at our 2020 tryouts in November. The EPAN Volleyball Club has been West Virginia's leader in travel volleyball since 2001. The EPAN Volleyball Club is affiliated with the Chesapeake Region Volleyball Association and AAU USA Volleyball. Tryouts are usually held at Musselman High School. To register, email epan2@gmail.com or go to www.epanvbc.com.
Welcome back into Klein Court. Musselman High School. Right now it is 9-2. Kelsey Turbin on the serve for the Hedgesville Eagles. Haley James coming up with that bump. Set here by Hutzler. Good swing by Howard. Now back set to Rainey. And sending it over is Hannah Howard. Set by Hutzler, coming in strong as Howard. Good swing. Again, blocked at the net. Another hard swing by Hannah Howard. That one hitting the net on the way over. Yates sending a free ball over. Faircloth sending it to the front with the pass to Hutzler. Rainey with the tip, but right there was Hawk. Yates sending to the back line, and an overpass by Madigan Faircloth, just keeping that one airborne, and that'll be a point. Hedgesville 10-2.
Yeah, again, that was just a battle of attrition, a lot of tips. Well-played rally by Hedgesville there.
And right now, Musselman just trying to get in any sort of a groove they can. Ayla James, pass to Hutzler, set to Hannah Howard, hitting the top of the net on the way over, riding the net about 3/4 of the way down, and dropping back in to the Musselman side of the court. Point, Hedgesville, 11-2 Eagles. Serve for Turbin. Ellie James up to Hutzler, who sets it for Hannah Howard. Strong swing for Hannah Howard, deflecting off of Paige Richmond on the way out. Point, Musselman, now 3-11 as Hutzler will now serve it away for the Applemen.
Yeah, now Musselman has 3 hitters up front opposed to 2, so they can spread that ball around a little bit. Hutzler's a really good server. They need to get on a run here soon. Serve for Bella Hutzler. Neely, good dig on the back line. Set here for Yates. Strong swing, and blocked at the net by Danica Faircloth. That'll be a point. Hedgesville. Yeah, just rolled off her body there a little bit. They were there waiting on it. Got up, actually had the shoulders turned, maybe not over the net quite enough, but it just rolled off her body. It was a good swing by Turbin. Caitlin Haught on the serve for Hedgesville. Left-hand serve. Set here by Hutzler. Hannah Howard with the tip. A good dig by Mackenzie Yates. And she will now send it strong, too strong, out of play. Point, Musselman. Same thing on the part of Musselman where there's great communication. You can hear 5 players yelling in unison to Faircloth that ball is out because she may have played it otherwise. So great communication from Musselman.
Hannah Howard now on the serve for the Appleman. Going to the back line where Skylar Yates is there. Set here for Mackenzie Yates. And a strong swing, a diving mat against Faircloth. Could not keep it up. Point, Hedgesville, 13-4.
Hedgesville staying aggressive and keeping this cushion lead that they have the same way they started off in the second set. 13-4 is difficult to come back from.
Serve now for Sabora, and that's going to be a serving error. Point, Musselman. And Phil, I don't think yet this year we have seen a team, at least on our TV10 broadcast, that has given the Appleman this much trouble for this long.
Oh, absolutely. Not to this point. Now, Musselman right now, they've got a lot of diversity up front with Sadie Wright, Faith Ketterman, Danica Faircloth. So if they get the passes, they can take the ball wherever they want it. If they get the passes.
Deflected at the net by Wright on the good swing by Skylar Yates. She'll get the kill, and that's another point. Hedgesville, they will be serving a 14-5.
Yeah, Yates is having a great night so far, especially there in the second and third set. Skylar Yates having a great night so far. Mackenzie as well.
Kelsey Van Dyne on the serve now for the Eagles. There's that serve. Hannah Howard past to Hutzler, who will set it up for Faith Ketterman. A good tip, and that one out of bounds. Point, Hedgesville. Now a 10-point advantage, 15-5 here in set number 2.
Yeah, last thing you really want to have is a unforced error when you're already down by 9.
Again, it's Van Dyne on the serve. This one too strong, out of bounds. Good communication on that back line, especially by Hannah Howard, knowing that was out immediately. Point, Musselman. Now 6 serving 15. It'll be McCoy in to serve for Musselman.
They need to go on some sort of run here quickly.
Serve for McCoy going to the back line. Neely right there. Pass up here is the set to Yates. Strong swing. Pass by McCoy. Set here to Wright. And a good dig on that back line by Hedgesville. That by Prost. Strong swing by Faith Ketterman. And another one coming right back to her. Point, Musselman.
There's a spark by Ketterman. That was a great job. She got a good first swing. It was an overpass dig on the part of Hedgesville, but she was right there ready to attack the overpass.
7 serving 15 served by McCoy. Yates, bit of an overpass, now going right at the net. That one deflected by Turbin. Sadie Wright playing that one a little more casual. Not sure if it was going to get over or not. And a good job at the net by Kelsey Turbin. Point, Hedgesville. They're back out to a 9-point advantage here in set number 3. 16-7. Now Paige Richmond on to serve for the Eagles.
Yeah, bit of a joust up there. Just creamed off Sadie and went out of bounds.
Overpass by Faircloth into the stands. Hutzler running it down. Free ball over by Hannah Howard. Yates right there. Set here by Richmond. And Adams has her a swing blocked at the net by Sadie Wright and Faith Ketterman. Point, Musselman.
Hanging around, but again, they need to go on at least a 3 or 4 point run here fairly quickly.
Walker on the serve now for the Lady Appleman. Serving here for Walker. Point, Hedgesville.
Yeah, it seems like every time Musselman kind of tries to get some headway, gets a motivating play, gets some momentum, they make an unforced error.
Skylar Yates on the serve. And an ace for Skylar Yates. Everybody backing out of the way of that one. Point, Hedgesville. And I think at this point in the set, you don't let one even close to what you think may be in a drop in.
No, that was a terrific serve. It's those are easier said than done. It was a good serve. It looked as if it was going out, but because of how good of a serve it was, it just dropped down in front of her.
Good swing by Sadie Wright. That one blocked at the net by Tamika Adams, but dropping in right in front of her, riding the net on the way down. Point, Musselman. Hedgesville still has doubled up Musselman here in set number 3, and will now take a 10-point advantage here in the set. 19-9 on the serving error from Sadie Wright.
Seems like Musselman's caught a little bit of what Hedgesville had in the first set with the serving errors and the aces, losing the serve-receive battle.
Set by Hutzler, tip by Hannah Howard. Great diving effort by Richmond, tip over for Adams. Set for Hutzler, Hannah Howard, a strong swing, blocked at the net by who else? Tamika Adams. She has had a fantastic second and third set on that front line.
Yeah, I know we had talked earlier about Hedgesville needing to get someone involved. Now she's getting involved on the defensive side as far as blocks are concerned.
Served by Kelsey Turbin. Haley James to Bella Hutzler, and now a swing for Hannah Howard. Set here for Yates, strong swing. It is Ketterman there to start the relay. A strong swing for Hannah Howard. That's going to be a point in Musselman.
Yeah, still a 10-point lead. They're still fighting hard. So just like we said about Hedgesville after the first set, Musselman's not going to go anywhere. They're going to continue to battle.
22-10 is Bella Hutzler on the serve. Set here from Richmond to Yates. Strong. A swing, but blocked at the net by Lena Rainey.
Yeah, you see Lena getting a little bit of fire in her. Lena Rainey getting a little bit of fire in her. She's one of those players that when she gets going, she excites the entire team. I saw that this weekend in Parkersburg when she took over the second set against George Washington.
11 serving 20. Hutzler on the serve. Neely to Yates, who's just got to send it over. Good opportunity here for Musselman. A set and spike, Danica Faircloth. Set by Bella Hutzler. Point, Musselman.
Great job by Hutzler there, spreading that ball around. That's something we've talked a lot about, the ability of Musselman to spread the ball around. And oftentimes you kind of go the safe route when you're struggling and you push the ball outside. But right now I think it's important for them to spread it around.
Bella Hutzler on the serve, and that one not going to be playable off of Skylar Yates. Point, Musselman, and they're creeping back into this one.
Yeah, they're going to continue to fight. Good timeout by Coach Van Dyne.
Roy Van Dyne calls a timeout. Will take it as well. Back in 30 seconds for more from set number 3 here at Klein Court. It is Hedgesville 20, Musselman 13.
When you do the same thing for 135 years, you learn to do it well. For 135 years, we've been helping families through the hardest times of their lives. That's because we're a family as well. When your family loses a loved one, we're here to help. We're Brown Funeral Home in Martinsburg, Inwood, and Charlestown, Ranson. We're here when you need us.
Welcome back into Klein Court. Bella Hutzler on the service. Musselman trying not to fall behind 2-1 here in this best-of-5 match. And a strong swing, just missed time. Paige Richmond.
Yeah, Musselman's getting some momentum right now. You can see the excitement and intensity coming off them. They still got a tough hill to climb, but they're battling.
Set here for Richmond. It's Yates with the tip. Deflected and blocked at the net by Rainey. Point, Hedgesville. They're now up by a touchdown here late in set number 3, 21-14.
Critical that Musselman limits how many points that Hedgesville can run off right here. They've only got 4 to go. So giving up any right now could be crucial.
Serve upcoming for Kaylin Haught of the Hedgesville Eagles. 21 serving 14, left-handed serve. But Ketterman sending that one back to Faircloth, and now Hannah Howard sending a free ball over. Good opportunity for Hedgesville. Haught with the set. Yates with the swing, but we're going to get a double on Hedgesville. Point and Musselman. They're back within 6, 15-21.
Yeah, so they're going to keep digging, keep their heads down, and keep chopping, try to get back in this. At least build momentum for the next set.
Serve here for Hannah Howard. Neely will start the return. Set here for Yates. Strong swing and a kill for Mackenzie Yates. Past a diving Hannah Howard. 22-15 point Hedgesville.
Yeah, both Yates has really had a great night up at the net. They've both been really successful hitting from outside.
22 serving 15. Sabora, he's sophomore on the serve. And a miss hit by Hannah Howard. A diving effort by Madigan Faircloth trying to keep it alive. She won't. And now Hedgesville 2 points away from taking set 3. It'll be 23 serving 15. Emma Sabora again with the serve for the Eagles.
The first serve was great. No float on it whatsoever, no spin on it whatsoever.
Set here by the Hutzler, and a tip over for Faircloth. Now Yates with the tip. Rainey able to keep it alive now into the stands, sending it back over. Good job by Danica Faircloth, and they're going to say it was out of bounds behind the antenna. Point, Hedgesville.
Yeah, you can't really tell from over here whether it was or it wasn't, but you can see the Musselman faithful do not like that call.
Now a set point here for Hedgesville. Ketterman, strong swing over to the back line. Sabora starting the return. Yates with a strong swing, and that one blocked by Rainey, but out of bounds, going back over the net. Point, Hedgesville, set Hedgesville, 25-15. They're one set away from taking this match. So far, a 2-1 lead for the Hedgesville Eagles in set one. It was 25-14 Musselman in set two, 25-21, and Hedgesville dominant in set three, 25-15. We'll give you stats from set three and set you up for set number four when we come back to Klein Court. This is West Virginia High School Volleyball on TV 10.
If you hang the WVU Medicine sign, certainly has helped take us to another level.
Evolving what we try to do as physicians and as a health system and organization is the mission of WVU Medicine, and it's an exciting mission to be a part of.
With the knowledge and the years of practice that they've put into this institution, they know a lot. They can help you, and they've helped me a lot.
Having people treated locally enhances their overall care.
Let's talk trash, because when it comes to trash, you have options. Panhandle Dumpsters is a local family-owned garbage hauling company serving both residential and commercial customers with weekly trash pickup, dumpster service, yard waste pickup, and bulk pickups too. Panhandle Dumpsters will give you a free trash can and provide curbside service for just $23 a month. Panhandle Dumpsters features a fleet of quieter, eco-friendly garbage trucks, thereby reducing the noise usually associated with pickup. Switch now and save up to 30%. Call 833-DUMP-STR, panhandledumpsters.com. At Anthony's Pizza Inwood location, nobody does it better. We make our own dough and we bake it fresh twice daily. That's freshly baked twice a day to make sure your pizza always tastes great. Take advantage of our Anthony's Pizza special offer. Get 2 large one-topping pizzas, just $17.99. And when you buy 3 12-inch subs, the 4th one's on us. For the best in freshly made pizzas, subs, calzones, stromboli, lasagna, and more, it's got to be Anthony's Pizza, 372 Middleway Pike in Inwood. Call 229-7373 for delivery, anthonysmenu.com.
Back into TV 10 coverage of Musselman-Appleman volleyball. A situation that we have not been in yet this year, Phil, covering these games. Musselman just one set away from losing this match. And see how they can come out here and handle set number 4.
Yeah, no, right now they're, again, they're playing for home court pride. And this isn't unfamiliar to them. Hedgesville beat them here in the sectionals last year. And now, of course, Musselman come back to win the regionals. Now, this is the last regular season match between them, and the way that Hedgesville is playing right now, it's likely that we may see this matchup again, assuming that Musselman beats Martinsburg, and Hedgesville takes care of business with Spring Mills, which is no easy task. Spring Mills is ranked number 4 in the state, so we got some good matchups coming up. But right now, I think we're going to see some intensity from both sides. Hedgesville can smell it, and Musselman certainly don't want to lose this on Tadpole night and the second match of the year to Hedgesville.
Last second substitutions being made. On our airwaves tonight, it is a do-or-die game for the Washington Nationals in the World Series down in Houston. In the bottom of the first inning, the Astros, after a home run from Alex Bregman, just took a 2-1 lead. So after our coverage here, if you want to turn the radio dial on and hear our coverage of Washington Nationals baseball, it is there. If you want to keep the TV on and turn the radio on at the same time, feel free to do that on our Hornby Media Enterprises. Paige Richmond on to serve for Hedgesville, as we have some serve for Richmond. Good dig by Hannah Howard. Kate Ketterman with a strong swing. Yates right there. Now Yates going to send it over. Howard with the pass to Hutzler, who sets it For Danica Faircloth, blocked at the net. Once again, Tamika Adams there along with Skylar Yates. Point Hedgesville.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that was a block or if it just didn't clear, but either way, they were there, prepared for it, ready for it. They read that set, did a good job getting up.
One serving, 0. Paige Richmond on the serve. Hustler to Faith Ketterman. Strong swing, and Neely with that miss hit. A diving effort by Mackenzie Yates, but not able to get to it. Point Musselman. We're tied at 1.
Yeah, Neely getting up a little bit gimpy right there. You can hear Bones hit the court when she went after that. So, but volleyball is a painful sport, so I'm sure she'll shake it off and she'll be all right.
McCoy on the serve now for Musselman. Yates in that back row set by Richmond. Skylar Yates with the tip. Good dig by McCoy on the backside. Swing by Ketterman, gets it over. Richmond with that set on the net. Who's going to get there? Good job by Yates, and that's going to be an under the net call on Skylar Yates. Point Musselman. They're out in front 2-1, something you haven't been able to say since set number 1.
I was getting ready to say, it's really early in the set, but to be up 2-1, something where they haven't been so far tonight.
McCoy on the serve. Tied up Yates a little bit, but playable. And now Skylar Yates with the kill. Just to the right of Abby McCoy, but again, nobody in front. And a strong swing by Skylar Yates, and an easy kill for Yates. We're tied back up at 2.
Yeah, that was a good shot you had there where the blocker seemed to be a little bit late, didn't get up over the net. There's really nobody there.
Too strong on the serve for Skylar Yates. Serving error, point Musselman.
I could say this for both teams. There's no way that the final set is going to, especially to close it out, is going to be easy for either one of them. So this is going to be a hard-fought set.
Serve here for Faith Ketterman. Mackenzie Yates, pass up to Richmond. Now she'll come back in with the kill. Faircloth tried to get underneath it, but just couldn't get those hands far enough underneath, going to the ground. Point Hedgesville, and we're tied at 3.
We're seeing the sighting from Caroline Shipley here, and I can tell you right now what he's trying to do. Caroline's got a little bit more height on her, and where the setter's at in this rotation, they're the one blocking that outside hitter. So Caroline a little gimpy. Let's see what she can get done here, but he's bringing her into block.
Good dig off the serve by Madigan Faircloth, and now Hannah Howard will send it over. Turbin up to the net where it's a tip over and a pancake by Faith Ketterman, keeping it alive. Great effort by Musselman. Set here in a hard swing by Mackenzie Yates. And look who's in the...
Yeah, that's what we're just talking about. That's why she's in there right now. She's in there to block. She's a taller body. She's more accustomed to blocking because they're typically run 6'2". Caroline used to be an opposite hitter, so she's used to blocking out there.
Serve for Sadie right to the back line. Yates, the bit of an overpass from Richmond right there. Hard swing by Yates, and Caroline Shipley again with the block at the net. Welcome back, Caroline.
Yeah, and that's what they were messing up there. We had mentioned a few times where there wasn't a block, and it wasn't that there wasn't a block, but Caroline's got quite some height on Hutzler, so he's just replaced her for now, just to get a block.
Serve for right, hitting the net. Neely able to run it down. Richmond with a pass to the middle. Now free ball over. See what Musselman can do with it. Set from Shipley, and a kill for Hannah Howard.
Now you can hear the Musselman players over there chanting hammer. They're getting into it now. It's a small lead, but it's still a really good sign from Musselman to stop those early set woes that they've had the first 3 sets.
Sadie Wright on the serve for the Lady Appleman. Now Yates going to send it over. A diving effort. Good dig by Sadie Wright. Now just trying to get it over. Course Faith Ketterman won't be able to do it on the diving effort. Point Hedgesville.
Yeah, and I think, again, this is going to be important for Musselman to limit any runs that Hedgesville has right here so they can extend their lead once they get the serve back.
4 serving 6. It's Kaylin Haught on to serve for Hedgesville. A dying serve on the way over. Good dig by Madigan Faircloth. Set here by Haught, and Yates with a strong swing, but Hannah Howard right there. Haley James and Caroline Shipley both coming in for it, and neither one giving way until the very end, and it drops. Point Hedgesville. It's now 5 serving 6.
I think there's a little bit of confusion there who's going to play that ball.
Kaylin Haught on the serve. Haley James, bit of an overpass, but Shipley able to handle it. Tip at the net for Hannah Howard. This one an overpass, and an easy kill at the net for Hannah Howard. Point Musselman.
Yeah, it was a good play by Hannah Howard there. Really important that they stop that run as soon as possible. Great job by Caroline Chipper. Coming out, she's probably not too confident on that ankle, so probably some hesitation there. But she did a really good job coming in and stopping some of that bleeding from the hit from outside.
7 serving 5. Bella Hutzler on to serve for the Lady Appleman. Back to the back row where it's Skylar Yates with the pass. The set here to sister Mackenzie Yates, who does get it over. And a strong swing at the front of the net by Danica Faircloth, but can't get it over. Point Hedgesville. They're back within 1. It'll be 6 serving 7. Coming in to serve now is Emma Sabora.
Yeah, again, it's a small lead, but I think it's important to limit any run that Hedgesville could get right now.
Sabora on the serve. The back line with Madigan Faircloth. Bella Hutzler into the net. Sets it up for Hannah Howard, and that one just landing in play. Point Musselman 8-6.
That was a great shot going down the line there for Hannah Howard, and a bump set a difficult set for Hutzler as that ball is into the net, but she did a really good job of bump setting it out. Bump set's not something Coach March is going to want to see, but I think that was so tight she didn't have much of a choice.
Serve for Hannah Howard. This one, low line drive serve, not going to get over. Serving error for Howard. Point Hedgesville.
Again, it wasn't. I would call that a positive error, even though normally a positive error would be the deep one's not in net. But she's trying to be aggressive, be low and flat on that serve.
Serve for Hedgesville. Back to Madigan Faircloth. That was Van Dyne on the serve, and a block at the net right there was Paisley Miller, and we're tied up at 8.
Yeah, there are definitely people there. Again, I'm not sure if that cleared and it was a block or it just didn't get over. Difficult to tell, but that was a good job on the part of Hedgesville to be there for it.
8 serving 8. Van Dyne on the serve. And Howard the pass to Hutzler. A set to Ketterman. Strong swing. And another block at the net, but going out of bounds. Point Musselman.
We've talked earlier and a lot tonight about Musselman's ability to spread their sets around from opposite, middle, and outside. But in the same token, Hedgesville's done a good job of covering all those as well. Covering the floor blocking, whether it be middle, outside, or opposite.
Out of the serving error by Madigan Faircloth, and once again, we're tied. It's 9 apiece. Some substitutions for Hedgesville.
Yeah, now Hedgesville run this 6-2 offense, and it's not something that you'll run into a whole heck of a lot, but they're limited on how many subs they could get. So if it goes deep into a set, you may find yourself out of substitutions.
Free ball over here. Christian with the set. Yates with the swing, and that one blocked out of bounds right in front of us. Point Hedgesville. They regain the lead 10-9.
I think they were coming after me on that, Matt.
I think they've been hearing you say some things here in the broadcast. Set for Hutzler. It'll be Faircloth with the swing. Probably would have gone out of bounds, but Mackenzie Yates, it keeps it alive, and it'll end up being a point Musselman 10-10.
Yeah, it's such a strong swing. You can't really blame Mackenzie Yates for playing that. It was coming right at her head, so I don't know that she could have gotten out of the way of it. She just did all she could to get the ball back up in the air.
Serve for McCoy, and misplaying it was Mackenzie Yates. It'll be an ace for Abby McCoy. Point Musselman. They regain the lead 11-10.
Yeah, we'll go back to the first set where Musselman had 8 aces, and it may take an effort like that or close to it. You don't necessarily need 8, but some aces here in this set to stay alive.
Serve here for McCoy. Low line drive serve. Yates drops to knee with the dig. That'll be Skylar Yates with the tip over.
Nice play
set
by
here
Kennedy.
for Sadie Wright, and a strong swing off the set from Hutzler. Point Musselman.
The stat sheet's going to read an assist from Isabella Hutzler and a kill by Sadie Wright, but the effort in that play by Faith Ketterman is what kept that alive.
Serve for McCoy, and that one hitting the top of the net and falling over. It'll go down as an ace. Point Musselman 13-10.
Volleyball gods lifted it over.
Serve again for McCoy. Pushing Yates back. Now to Skylar Yates with the tip over. Set for Hutzler Sadie Wright. Another strong swing, and Emily Neely can't get to it on the diving effort. Point Musselman. They're out in front by 4, 14-10.
It's kind of run like this that they needed. Timeout, Hedgesville.
Yeah, Joy Van Dyne wants a timeout. Let's take a 30-second timeout as well. Back with more from set number 4 here from Klein Court. Right now it is Musselman 14, Hedgesville 10.
I think she just read my text message about Richmond playing. I don't want to say it on.
The EPAN Travel Volleyball Club would like to wish the local high school volleyball teams good luck with their 2019 season. We look forward to seeing all players ages 12U through 17U at our 2020 tryouts in November. The EPAN Volleyball Club has been West Virginia's leader in travel volleyball since 2001. The EPAN Volleyball Club is affiliated with the Chesapeake Region Volleyball Association and AAU USA Volleyball. Tryouts are usually held at Musselman High School. To register, email epan2@gmail.com or go to www.epanvbc.com. The EPAN Travel Volleyball Club would like to wish the local high school.
It is 14 serving 10, the Appleman. Out in front here in set number 4. McCoy on the serve, set here for Richmond. It is Skylar Yates on the tip. Point Hedgesville out of the timeout. Actually, they're going to get a pancake. Hedgesville had already started to celebrate, and it was Faircloth on the pancake, and now they're going to get the point. You got to credit Hedgesville. They had started to celebrate and then got into position very quickly after a pancake from what looked like it was Madigan Faircloth.
I'm sure Coach Van Dyne almost lost her mind when she saw that ball coming up and Hedgesville was celebrating.
11 serving 14. Yates on the serve. Faircloth. A little bit of an overpass, but playable. Sadie Wright sending a free ball over. As Yates will now send one too strong over, and that'll be a kill on the front line for Musselman. Point Appleman.
Now, I'm interested to see what Coach Martz does about Isabella Hutzler on her front line. See if he puts Caroline Shipley back in to get some blocks. Maybe your ankle's a little sore, not quite sure. But early in this last rotation, he replaced her with Shipley.
Faith Ketterman on the serve. 15 serving 11. That one skimming it down on the way over. A good dig by Mackenzie Yates. Now a strong swing by Yates, and that'll be a kill for Mackenzie Yates. Point Hedgesville.
Yeah, again, it's Musselman has a 3-point lead right now, but I think it's important still to widen that a little bit, reduce any runs that Hedgesville may have right here.
Kelsey Turbin on the serve. Haley James able to play that one. Now a strong swing for Sadie Wright. That one deflected at the net, blocked by Tamika Adams. Ends up going out of play behind Musselman, but it'll be a point. Musselman now 16, serving 12.
You don't see that a whole lot where there was a good swing. That was a good block. Just a power over from Sadie Wright sent that out of bounds.
Good swing from the back row over. A hit by Faith Ketterman. She can't believe that one as far as it did. Dropping to a knee. I think she was expecting just to keep that one alive.
Yeah, again, a 3-point lead, and it's going to be important for Musselman to reduce any runs that they have right here.
13, serving 16, Haught on the serve. Set by Hutzler. That one blocked at the net after Rainey sent it over, but again out on the swing for Mackenzie Yates. Point Musselman.
That was a great heads-up play on the part of Hannah Howard there off the block.
Bella Hutzler on to serve. Serve for Hutzler getting to the back row. Skylar Yates starting the return. The set, Mackenzie Yates with the tip over and diving in, trying to keep that one alive. And the pancake was Hannah Howard, but our top referee is.
There's going to be a little referee debate here. I think the down official saw that she got underneath that ball. The up official didn't see it, so we'll see what they do here.
Now, wouldn't that be a call for the down official regardless based on the positioning?
No, I think both of them could call it. You'll replay it.
Getting an explanation right in front of us by our down ref to Coach Van Dyne as to why that one's being replayed.
Yeah, I think she did get underneath of it there. So it's a position where you see the down official and the up official didn't see the same thing.
Bella Hutzler on the serve, and too strong on the serve. Serving air for Hutzler. Point Hedgesville.
Yeah, maybe she didn't get under. Maybe it was the volleyball gods making up for it. .14 serving 17. Emma Saboro on the serve.
And that's going to be an ace going to the back wall off of Faith Ketterman. Point, Hedgesville.
Yeah, I think there's a little bit of indecision there whether the ball's going to be out. She couldn't decide whether or not to play it. It was just a little bit late to play it.
Comes to serve for Sabora. That one hitting the top of the net and dropping in for an ace. And those volleyball gods you were talking about working there for the Hedgesville Eagles. Timeout taken by Sean Martz. Let's take a 30-second break as well. Back in 30 for set number 4. Right now it is the home Musselman Appleman 17, the visiting Hedgesville Eagles 16. This is West Virginia High School Volleyball on TV 10.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
Welcome back in as you see the strong swing from Hannah Howard getting the kill. Point, Musselman.
They're getting a hammer call over there by the Musselman's bench. They often do that behind Hannah Howard. They refer to her as Hammer Howard occasionally.
Howard now on the serve for Musselman, 18 serving 16. 8 starting the return. Now Skylar Yates with a tip. Madigan Faircloth right there, set by Hutzler. A back set, a tip by Danica Faircloth rather. There's Madigan Faircloth on the return. A tip over for Faith Ketterman. Tip over by Yates, now playable. There's another tip over that one. Danica Faircloth, a diving effort by Neely to get it over. Another strong swing by Danica Faircloth at the net with the left hand, but that one too strong, out of bounds. Point, Hedgesville, they're back within 1.
Yeah, they got out of sorts there a little bit where Lena Rainey ended up setting the ball, but it was a decent set. She was just trying to be aggressive, and it sailed out of bounds on her.
Kelsey Van Dyne, 17 serving 18. Set for Hutzler and Faircloth with the kill. Nobody in front, a hard swing. Point, Musselman.
Then you can see the efforts of Musselman to spread that ball a little bit around by setting opposite. And they need to do that. They need to get the ball around, get these blockers on their heels a little bit.
19 serving 17, Madigan Faircloth, libero to serve for Musselman. Set here by Props. They push over, and a diving effort by Faith Ketterman, but a great location on this near side by Paisley Miller on the push.
Yeah, and I'm not so sure. It's hard to tell from this angle. It looked like it may have gone out of bounds had she let it go, but it was a good spot. Difficult ball to play.
Again, Hedgesville back within 1. It is 18 serving 19, and Paige Richmond on the serve, hitting the top of the net. Don't know how that one didn't fall. Point, Musselman.
Yeah, that was a tough one. It certainly would have been an ace if it climbed over.
Serve for McCoy upcoming, 20 serving 18. Musselman out in front here in set 4. There's the serve, and Mackenzie Yates starts the return. Now Skylar Yates with the tip, and a diving effort by Abigail McCoy. And they're going to say she didn't get her hand underneath it.
Oh, she's screaming bloody murder that she did. So was Coach Martz. I couldn't see it from here.
I got to say, from our angle, I didn't think she did, but her reaction, she seemed pretty darn certain that her hand got underneath. Once again, Hedgesville back within 1. They have not been able to get over this within 1 hump. Now good swing by Sadie Wright. Great job by Richmond. A little bit of an overpass. Now Sadie Wright with a strong swing on the back line, hitting the Raptors. And that's going to be a point. Musselman hitting the Raptors, then going over the net. And once again, Hedgesville can't tie it up. It'll be 21 serving 19. And Faith Ketterman on the serve for the Applemen.
Look at this intensity from both benches right now after every single play.
Set here for Richmond. Yates, a strong swing. Haley James, a diving effort on the dig, but can't get to it. Point, Hedgesville, and once again back within 1.
Yeah, nobody's going down easy tonight.
Kelsey Turbin on the serve now 20 serving 21. Serve for Hedgesville. Low line drive serve. Good dig by Haley James. Hannah Howard to swing over. Yates at the net with the tip, and it rode the net for about 10 feet and then fell back on the Hedgesville side of the court. And once again, they can't tie it up. Musselman back out in front by 2, and Coach Van Dyne wants a timeout. Don't go anywhere. We'll have the remainder of set number 4 coming your way when we come back. Let's take a 30-second break. It is Musselman 22, Hedgesville 20 in set number 4. This is West Virginia High School Volleyball on TV 10.
Let's talk trash, because when it comes to trash, you have options. Panhandle Dumpsters is a local family-owned garbage hauling company serving both residential and commercial customers with weekly trash pickup, dumpster service, yard waste pickup, and bulk pickups too. Panhandle Dumpsters will give you a free trash can and provide curbside service for just $23 a month. Panhandle Dumpsters features a fleet of quieter, eco-friendly garbage trucks, thereby reducing the noise usually associated with pickup. Switch now and save up to 30%. Call 833-DUMP-STR, panhandledumpsters.com.
Welcome back to Klein Court. 22 serving 20, and it'll be Sadie Wright with the serve for Musselman. There's the serve, and that one just out of bounds. Good eye on the back row. I believe that was Neely that made that call that it was out of bounds.
Yeah, and she ducked there at the last second. That was close. That was a close one. I thought for a second that it snibbed her shoulder. Was snibbed the word? Or is that just something
we just made it a word?
That's a word in Mingo County. I promise. Snib.
Is there a whole dictionary for Mingo County?
Yes, there is.
Now on to serve will be Maggie Kearns.
Mingo Dictionary. Got eerily quiet here. I think they're just checking the rotation quickly.
I feel like we shouldn't be talking right now with how quiet it is in here. Now some noise getting back. It did get very, very quiet here at Klein Court, just checking the rotation.
A lot of pressure on Kearns here as a JV player that I think she's in for her first rotation tonight. So 22-21 against your county and state rivals. Back to serve. That's a lot of pressure.
Serve for Kearns does get it over. A little bit of an overpass by Hannah Howard. And she'll come up. Actually, it'll be Rainey on that. Push it out of bounds. That'll swing from Mackenzie Yates. And once again, within one, Hedgesville can't tie it.
Yeah, keeping that small cushion.
And that has got to be frustrating for the girls in blue and gold. They've been so close to tying this match. It's about the 15 mark.
Yeah, it's been here the whole evening. Musselman's never been able to get any separation.
Again, checking a rotation. And we are now good to go. It'll be Bella Hutzler on the serve for Musselman. 23 serving 21. Here's the serve for Hutzler. A low line drive serve. Skylar Yates starting the return. And now getting it over. And that one inbounds on the kill from the back row for Mackenzie Yates.
Yeah, that was a tough ball to play. I think Madigan Faircloth, who normally has a good eye for that, it just kind of dropped on her at the last second. That was a tough one.
Let's see if this is the serve that Hedgesville's been waiting for, trying to tie it up. Yates on the serve. Good dig on the back line for Faircloth. And now Hannah Howard will send a free ball over. Set here. Yates with a strong swing, and it will tie up at 23 on the kill for Skylar Yates. Timeout on the floor taken by Sean Martz, and there's a lot of energy in this gym right now.
Oh, absolutely. That's the last timeout for either team, so we're going to play this out without any stoppages from here on out. But big moment right now for Hedgesville, because if Musselman pulls this out and wins, and almost assuredly it's going to go more than 25. But if Hedgesville if Musselman pulls this out and wins, it'll be somewhat deflating for Hedgesville, and see how they start the final set will be interesting.
23 serving 23. Right now in the hands of Hedgesville, it'll be Mackenzie Yates on the serve for the Eagles. There's a serve, and it's going to be a serving error for Yates, hitting the top of the net, not getting over. Now a set point opportunity for the Musselman Applemen.
Yeah, and that'll stay with you, you know what, and what I would tell Mackenzie Yates or anybody in that situation to miss that serve. There was 24 other points that's been scored in this set. That was not the reason. If they lose this set, that's not the reason why. She's played a great set.
Serve for Hannah Howard. Neely Hitting it a little bit the wrong direction. Now a free ball over for Yates. Let's see if Musselman can take advantage. Swing here for Danica Faircloth, and they will. Set 4 going to Musselman, 25-23. This one will go the distance, and we will have set number 5 when we come back after this 90-second timeout. Don't go away. We're tied at 2-2, set 5 when we come back. This is West Virginia High School Volleyball on TV 10.
That's what we've been waiting for.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%. Parsons' goal of financing for all. And Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars, too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
Here's to the people who put in the long hours, the ones who drive this community, take risks, create opportunities, sacrifice, volunteer, and stick with it every day. The ones who give their best for their business, their family, their community, their future. We love community business owners because we're a community-owned bank, and we're proud to be with you in business and in life. First United Bank and Trust. My bank.
They're my closest friends. We've been through a lot together. Seeing our kids off to college, Kelly losing her mom, my 50th birthday. I trust them with so much. So when it came to my finances, I trusted Kelly's referral to her Ameriprise advisor. Beth gives me the comprehensive advice that helps me feel confident my financial future is secure. With the right financial advisor, life can be brilliant. Ameriprise Financial.
We have not seen yet this year a 5th set up on the scoreboard. You can tell the scoreboard not quite meant for volleyball. You have a 1 and a 4 up there. Something that doesn't happen often with this Musselman volleyball team. And could you ask for any more with the #3 and the #1 team playing each other late in the season?
No, and that's kind of what you expected from what we kind of expected in the first match. These two played against each other, but you can clearly see that the improvement from Hedgesville from that first match. And I got to I had the pleasure of seeing it in Parkersburg as well. But they've absolutely come to play tonight. Now this is a set to 15, so this is going to be an intense set, that's for sure.
Still a win by 2. First to 15 set. Taking a little extra time on the bench is Musselman. Hedgesville already out on the floor. Still a minute left on the clock here. We are going to try our very best to get you to Primal Conflict Wrestling after this, but don't know if that will happen. But again, we will just try our best. If not, look for that tomorrow evening on TV 10. All right, and you were talking about this in the JV match at Jefferson. Will they switch sides about halfway through?
Well, they should have done it in the JV match, but yes, they should switch sides halfway through. But again, sometimes, and I was telling you between the break, as much as I've been around the game of volleyball, sometimes I don't recall, do they switch sides or they go to 15? And you've seen it so many different ways, so I'm not quite sure.
It's one of the little, you remember the big rules, but for some reason the little ones you're going, all right, does this happen or does that happen?
Yeah.
Starting to serve for the Musselman Appleman will be Abby McCoy. Already making sure the rotations are where they should be. Our down ref having a conversation with Sean Martz. Not sure what that's about.
Yeah, and it's, in this 5th set, you sometimes you'll see some additional mistakes made just because of a little bit of jitters, some adrenaline that's running right now. So that works for me as an offensive lineman, sometimes that doesn't work for volleyball. This crowd is in it right now.
I was going to say, this is the best crowd we have seen all year. McCoy on the serve. Tip at the net for Yates, a diving effort. by McCoy and by Faith Ketterman. I think the Ketterman's head going into the neck or jaw area of Abby McCoy.
Yeah, she's all right. She's a tough bird.
That McCoy blood, right?
Yeah.
Seems to be good. That'll be Paige Richmond on to serve. And a serving error for Richmond into the net. We're tied 1-1. Richmond getting a lot of action here today.
Yeah, and she has. She's played with the JV and now with the varsity. But you know, that serve error early in the first one we talked about. Sometimes there'll be some additional mistakes because of adrenaline and excitement, and maybe that's where that serve error came from.
One serving one. Walker on the serve for Musselman. Here's that serve to the back line where Yates will start the return. Richmond with the set. It is Skylar Yates with the tip over. Hutzler sending it to the front where Hannah Howard will tip it over. And now it's set for a Yates at the net, but a great block at the net by Sadie Wright. Diving effort by Neely coming in on the backside for Hedgesville. Not able to get to a point. Musselman.
Yeah, that's a great job on the part of Sadie Wright with being there for the block.
And some chatter going on between head coaches right now. Walker with the serve. Richmond with the set. And again, blocked at the net by Sadie Wright.
Sadie's getting this team going right now. You can kind of see the crowd getting into it more and more as well. So right now, 3-1 in a set to 15. You know, these runs are large runs in a set to 15 are much smaller and much more important than what they are in a set to 25.
Serve here again for Walker. Low line drive serve. Handled by Mackenzie Yates. Now Skylar Yates will send it over. Good dig by Faircloth on the back line. Set to Hannah Howard. Strong swing. It kept alive by diving Skylar Yates. And sent over. Out of bounds on the deflection. That one going off Walker on the way out. Point. Hedgesville.
I'm going to give Hedgesville a lot of credit because here you are in a tight situation. It'd be really easy right now to stand flat foot and just push that ball over, but everybody on Hedgesville's team is leaving their feet and they're swinging at the ball.
Serve for Skylar Yates at the back line. Hannah Howard. Faircloth also there. Howard will now send it over with the right hand on that far side. Set for Richmond. Again, it's Yates. That one deflected out of bounds going off either Hutzler or Sadie Wright. Point. Hedgesville. We're tied at 3.
Yeah, they're doing a lot of damage with the outside right here. Now, we had talked earlier about how they need to spread it out, and they haven't really spread it out that much. They've gotten opposite involved some offensively, but they've really done well with their outside hitters.
Serving here for Skylar Yates out of bounds. Point. Musselman. Sadie Wright now serving for Musselman. Gets to the back line with Neely. Will start the return. Set for Richmond. Yates. A strong swing, but too strong. Out of bounds. Point. Musselman.
That's almost like since that last set, Musselman's maintained a 2-point cushion, and Hedgesville unable to overcome that.
5 serving, 3 right on the serve for the Appleman. Too strong. Serving error for Sadie Wright. It'll now be 4 serving 5, as it'll be Kelsey Turbin on the serve for Hedgesville.
She's been really consistent serving now. I can't recall a serve error that she's had.
Good serve, that one going off of Haley James, and Faircloth running it down, getting it to Hutzler, but too far away from the net to send it over. Point. Hedgesville. 5-5.
Yeah, third way through the set, we're tied at 5-5, and I just have this feeling that it's going to be like this all the way through.
Well, you have that feeling because it's pretty much been that way this entire match. Set for Hutzler up to Hannah Howard, and Hammer Howard can't get it over. Point. Hedgesville.
You can kind of see the area that she was swinging at right there, just couldn't quite clear the net.
6 serving 5. Turbin on the serve for Hedgesville. And Howard will start the return, set by Hutzler. There's Howard again on the strong swing, but Turbin right there. Richmond on the set, and then Yates sending it over. That was Mackenzie Yates. Now a easy tip at the net. That one, Tamika Adams.
That was a great job by Adams being in the right place at the right time. Musselman was a little bit out of system there, and with the overpass, she was able to just to put it down.
7-5 Hedgesville. Timeout on the floor, taken by Coach Sean Martz. We will keep it right here. Again, want to take this opportunity to thank our sponsors, the Emirius Group, Eastern Panhandle Volleyball Club, D&D Meats, Anthony's Pizza, State Farm Day, Pippenbrink Insurance, Panhandle Dumpsters, Bechtel Jewelers, My Bank First United, WVU Medicine, Berkeley and Jefferson Medical Center, Hagerstown Ford, and Parsons Ford. Both teams out of the timeout. Again, it'll be Turbin, 7 serving 5. Turbin on the serve for Hedgesville. There's that serve. Haley James going to start the return. Set by Hutzler. Hannah Howard there. Strong swing, but out of bounds, or deflecting. Out of bounds. Point Musselman.
Yeah, and I think that's all going to be starting again. It may not show up in the stat sheet or make the newspaper, but that pass by Haley James. Coming out of a timeout when you're down by 2 in the third set, ice intervenes. That was a 3 pass that enabled that play to happen.
6 serving 7. Hutzler on the serve. Yates sending it over. Strong, too strong. Out of bounds. Point Musselman. We're tied at 7.
Yeah, again, same thing on this other side where she didn't get a great pass and that would enable her to get a good set, so she just had to swing from the back row. Give her a lot of credit for still swinging from the back row, being aggressive.
Serve for Hutzler. Again, a low line drive serve. Set by Richmond, and Yates will tip it over. A pancake for Hannah Howard. Once again, they're going to say the hand did not get underneath. Point Hedgesville. They regain the lead 8-7.
Now, there's been a lot of those tonight where those are really difficult to tell whether or not they get their hand under or not. Wasn't a lot of debate by those sitting on Musselman's bench, so I'm going to assume that she didn't get under it.
Not quite the debate that you saw from Coach Martz and your daughter earlier.
No, they definitely objected to that call.
And that one going to be not even an overpass by Madigan Faircloth, just Hannah Howard not able to get to it.
Yeah, what the setter was trying to get there. Normally, these kids are taught that second ball belongs to the setter, and she's either going to play that ball or she's going to yell for help. And it just didn't quite happen out there.
Set for Hutzler, tipped by Hannah Howard, playable for Hedgesville. Here's a set from one Yates to another. The set came from Skylar Yates. The kill coming from Mackenzie Yates. Point Hedgesville, and they're on front by 3 in a best-of-15 set, 10-7.
Yeah, they've got a lot of momentum right now. They need 5 points to score. So important for Musselman to stop this.
Serve here for Haught. Hutzler, the set back to Hannah Howard, who sends it over. Set by Haught. Coming up is Yates, and she's going to get the kill again. It's Mackenzie Yates. And now Hedgesville with a commanding lead. Timeout. Musselman, let's take the 30-second break as well. Then we're back with more from set number 5. It is Hedgesville 11, Musselman 7.
If you hang the WVU Medicine sign, certainly has helped take us to another level.
Evolving what we try to do as physicians and as a health system and organization is the mission of WVU Medicine, and it's an exciting mission to be a part of.
With the knowledge and the years of practice that they've put into this institution, they know a lot. They can help you, and they've helped me a lot.
Having people treated locally enhances their overall care.
Welcome back in. It's 11 serving 7. Caitlin Haught on the serve for Hedgesville. Set by Hutzler. Coming in strong was Hannah Howard, but blocked at the net. 2 up there. It was Claire Hawk. Also up there was Paisley Miller. Not sure who got there first. Either way, it's a point Hedgesville. They're within 3 of taking this set and this match.
Yeah, and they've been on quite a run because I think at one point Musselman was up 6-3. So they're on quite their rally right now, quite the run.
Free ball over for Musselman. Yates, a bit of an overpass into the net, and that's going to be a double on Kaylin Hawk. Point Musselman.
Yeah, it was difficult for her to play there. I think what she was attempting to do was just dump that ball over, or a stork is what we would have called it the other morning on the radio, but she was trying to dump that ball over, and it just didn't quite clear.
Serve for Hannah Howard. 8 serving 12. Neely sends it out of play. But now Yates will send a free ball over to Howard on that back line. Set for Hutzler. Coming in is Danica Faircloth, but they're going to blow the whistle. What did you see there, Phil?
Well, it would have been out either way, but they called it double on that back set by Hutzler. But the ball sailed out either way, so the outcome was the same.
It'll now be 13 serving 8, and right now Hedgesville with their foot on the gas and wanting to finish this one out. Serve up coming for Sabora. Gets to the back line of Madigan Faircloth will start the return. That's set here. Danica Faircloth has her shot blocked. And now a good swing by Faith Ketterman to send it over. Yates with the pushover coming in is Faith Ketterman. Set by Hutzler. Again, it's Faircloth on the tip over. And now playable out of the back of the court. A tough play for Skylar Yates in the front of the net, just trying to keep it alive. Ends up being a point. Musselman. It'll be 9, serving 13. Madigan Faircloth on the serve for the Applemen.
Yeah, you can see the effort on Musselman's part to spread that ball around to try to get the blockers on their heels a little bit so they can't block everything.
Neely will start the return. It's set here to Yates. Will ride the net for a few feet and then go land inbounds. Point. Hedgesville 1 point away from taking the 5th and deciding set here in this match.
A lot of pressure on Kelsey Van Dyne. Now, this kid, I know her. She's not sweating this too much. You can kind of see the smile on her face. She's kind of relishing this opportunity.
14 serving, 9 serve for Van Dyne. It's a serving error. So might not have been sweating the opportunity, but could not capitalize. Point Musselman. It'll be 10 serving 14. And it'll be McCoy coming on to serve for the Lady Applemen.
Yeah, look at the smile on Van Dyne's face. So she's not going to let that stay with her too long. Serve for McCoy. Getting to that back line. Yates going to start the return. Now Skylar Yates will send it over. Anna Howard up to Bella Hutzler. Set for Sadie Wright. A good dig on that back line by Mackenzie Yates. Now a strong swing. And playable for Kevin. That'll be a free ball over for Hannah Howard. And Hedgesville a good opportunity here. Set for props. They tip over. And we're going to get a net call. It's antenna.
Antenna call going behind the antenna. Point Musselman. Timeout is going to be taken by Coach Joy Van Dyne. Let's take one more 30-second timeout, then back for the remainder of this one. 14-11, the Hedgesville advantage here in set number 5. This is West Virginia High School Volleyball on TV10.
As a mom, when I'm making dinner for my family, I want the best and healthiest food for them. That's why I get my meats from D&D Meats. Their meats are fresh, locally sourced, and hormone-free, chemical-free, and antibiotic-free. D&D Meats is also family-owned, so I know when I go in with a special request for my large family events that I'm going to get treated just like family. D&D Meats, located across from Musselman High School at 8488 Winchester Avenue, Inwood. What are you feeding your family tonight?
Musselman.
.11 serving 14. McCoy on the serve for Musselman. Set here by Props and a tip over. Great diving effort by McCoy to keep it alive. Now a good swing by Faith Ketterman. Point Musselman.
There's a lot of good plays right there. A great swing by Faith. And look, you got all this pressure on you. You got 1 point away from losing the set, and Faith just ripped that ball. So I'm going to give her a lot of credit for that.
Timeout again taken by Coach Van Dyne. That'll be her last timeout here in set number 5. And for an end of a regular season for Hedgesville, which this is, again, Musselman still has one more match this week, and that'll be against Washington right here at Klein Court. But this is a good way to end your regular season.
No, absolutely.
Obviously, Hedgesville wants a win in this one, but either way, to go 5 strong sets with the number 1 team in the state, not too shabby.
No, absolutely not. You know, from both sides, it's going to give Musselman a little bit to think about, and it's going to encourage Hedgesville. Regardless of this outcome, it's going to encourage Hedgesville moving forward. There's been a lot of improvement with this team throughout the year.
McCoy on the serve, 12 serving 14. Nelia starts return. Set here for Prost, and a strong ball over, and they want a under the net call, but it'll be a point Hedgesville, and that is going to be it for this match. In 5 sets, it is a 3-2 win for the Hedgesville Eagles, taking set number 5, 15-12. Let's go ahead and take a 1-minute timeout, come back and just recap what was an exciting night in high school volleyball. Again, back in 60 seconds, in 5 sets, it was Hedgesville getting the win, 3-2.
Hi, this is Eric from Hagerstown Ford. I keep telling you that Hagerstown Ford has completely changed the car buying experience forever. And with a return policy easier than Walmart, Hagerstown Ford has a goal to deliver 350 cars and trucks per month. And when I say deliver, I mean deliver to you, where you are, just like Amazon does. And if you don't want it, return it. No questions asked. The only way Hagerstown Ford can accomplish this extremely aggressive goal is to make the car buying process fast and easy. We simply refuse to play the dumb back and forth games that most dealerships want to play. There's absolutely no reason for you to waste your precious time at a car dealership. I assure you, there is no dealership from Winchester, Virginia to Washington, D.C. that can beat our price. There's no dealership that will allow you to return your new car if you don't want it. Hagerstown Ford absolutely has the best price, and we'll bring the car to you. And if you don't want it, return it, period. No questions asked. There's no reason to buy anywhere else. Visit HagerstownFord.com to schedule your VIP experience and get your new ride delivered to you.
Contact dealer for details.
Welcome back into Klein Court. An exciting night of high school volleyball on this Tuesday evening in 5 sets. It was Hedgesville getting the win 3-2 in set number 1, 25-14. Musselman took the opening set. Set 2 and 3 went to Hedgesville, 25-21 in set 2, 25-15 in set 3. Musselman coming back in set 4, getting the slim win, 25-23, forcing a deciding 5th set. And it was Hedgesville getting that 15-12 decision. A heck of a night for high school volleyball, Phil.
Absolutely. There's a lot of good volleyball that we saw play on both sides. And I have a feeling now, Spring Mills may have something to say about this, and maybe Martinsburg as well. But I have a feeling that we may see this matchup again. And that's the way the last few seasons have ended. And ultimately, the outcome of this game, while it's a big confidence boost for Hedgesville, and you can see the improvement from Hedgesville from the first time that they played. It's a big confidence booster. But, heading into the sectionals, it really doesn't change the seedings. So they're going to be what they're going to be. And next, now they need to focus on Spring Mills, or Hedgesville needs to focus on Spring Mills. Musselman needs to focus on Martin.
Two completely different looks. Again, these two programs met back on the 1st of October, so almost a complete month later. And that first meeting was Musselman in 3 straight sets. And to come back out and have Hedgesville take this in 5 really is a testament to how they have evolved, matured, and overcome some issues earlier on in the season.
Yeah, and you saw some of that growth. I saw some of that growth down in Parkersburg, albeit they lost in 2 sets to Musselman in Parkersburg just a few days ago. The first set, like we said, at one point they were up 19 to 12. I think it was 19 to 12. But even though they ended up losing that set, that was a little confidence builder. Say, hey, look what we've done. We just kind of gave it up, and in some cases it was unforced errors. But a great job from Hedgesville. There's nothing you can take away from them now. Musselman's going to go back to the drawing board. I'm sure Coach March has seen a lot of things that they can work on. And most of the time, they preach fundamentals. They don't really pay attention to who they're playing and what they do. Musselman does what they do, but they'll go back to the drawing board, and they'll grow and learn from this as well.
Let's take one more 1-minute timeout. We'll come back and set you up for our next broadcast. It'll be playoff time. The next time we're on the air, we'll tell you what that schedule looks like coming up next. Again, in 5 sets, it was Hedgesville getting the win at Musselman, a 3-2 back in 60 seconds.
They're my closest friends. We've been through a lot together. Seeing our kids off to college, Kelly losing her mom, my 50th birthday. I trust them with so much. So when it came to my finances, I trusted Kelly's referral to her Ameriprise advisor. Beth gives me the comprehensive advice that helps me feel confident my financial future is secure. With the right financial advisor, life can be brilliant. Ameriprise Financial.
Let's talk trash, because when it comes to trash, you have options. Panhandle Dumpsters is a local family-owned garbage hauling company serving both residential and commercial customers with weekly trash pickup, dumpster service, yard waste pickup, and bulk pickups too. Panhandle Dumpsters will give you a free trash can and provide curbside service for just $23 a month. Panhandle Dumpsters features a fleet of quieter, eco-friendly garbage trucks, thereby reducing the noise usually associated with pickup. Switch now and save up to 30%. Call 833-DUMP-STR, panhandledumpsters.com.
Welcome back into Klein Court, our last segment here in the post-game show. Just setting up our next broadcast, which will be sectional playoff time. We will be back in action next Tuesday for the 1-4 matchup in this section. It'll be a 7 o'clock start from here at Klein Court. It'll be the Martinsburg Bulldogs coming down to this end of the county, and looking forward to that one because, again, it's playoff time. The records go out the window, and it's what have you done for me lately?
Yeah, and what they've done so far that season, other than saying, hey, this is where we're going to play, all of a sudden is a race and it doesn't matter. So Martinsburg's down 0-6 in sets to Musselman, but just like we saw right here, on any given night, and both of these teams tonight, they'll take something positive about this evening. Although Musselman may not feel it right now, they'll take something positive, whether it's they'll go back to the drawing board, look and see what they can improve on. But it's going to be interesting next week too.
All right, that's going to wrap up our coverage here tonight. I want to thank all of our sponsors helping us put Musselman Volleyball on TV 10 each Tuesday night. And I want to thank our on-site producer, Eric Sterick, cameraman, John Alderton, Caleb Falero, back at the studio. For my partner, Phil McCoy, I am Matt Crawford, reminding you, in 5 sets tonight, it was Hedgesville getting the win 3-2. Until next Tuesday, we'll see you then. This has been Musselman Appleman Volleyball on TV 10. Have a great.
You've been watching play-by-play video coverage of West Virginia high school volleyball featuring the Eastern Panhandle Athletic Conference and the Musselman Appleman. Today's game has been brought to you by
the Marius Group. Start planning for a brilliant future. The Eastern Panhandle Volleyball Club, West Virginia's leader in travel volleyball since 2001. D&D Meats at 8488 Winchester Avenue, Inwood. Anthony's Pizza. Nobody does it better. Dave Pippenbrink State Farm Insurance. Call 304-229-0029 today. Panhandle Dumpsters, because you have a choice. PanhandleDumpsters.com. Bechtel Jewelers, West Virginia's largest Pandora retailer. My Bank First United, Bank Local, and by Appalachian Heating and Air Conditioning, where quality meets comfort.
TV 10 thanks you for watching today's presentation of Musselman Appleman Volleyball. All rights reserved.